Quinn Pilar. It's technically the Hazel Festival, which doesn't mean anything to anyone. You've traveled about 1,680 miles, and you need to be back in Zadash in 62 days. Okay. So in last session, you guys were approached for a game of goat ball against some young punks that were putting up 5 gold. You needed a 5th and found an old, quiet, drunk orc named Chonk to play. You wiped the floor with the kids. Thel used some magic. Christopher used his boots to great effect. Felix used trickery and disguise to confuse the other team. Carrot just stayed out of the way. And Chonk had a grand time darting from rock to rock with surprising ease. You got drinks with your new friend Chonk. Carrick was taken off by Ungarok to participate in some other game. Soon, Shukzal and Shoma challenged the 2 beefy boys to a fight in the ring. You accepted, and Felix bet on his friends, offering gold in exchange for exotic spices and food. The fight commenced, and it seemed 5 fighters might finally lose. Thel, not in his armor, used his magics to hold the powerful Shoma, who had just about had Christopher out for the count. With her magically held, the team was able to get Shukzal down and ring out Shoma and escape with victory. After that fight happened, all hell broke loose as the fighters pat each other for a fight well fought. A scream rang out, and you all saw Gishak, one of the other rune mark, killed by Tovog, a guy who had spit in your direction earlier. Tovog announced to the crowd war was coming for those here that have left the way of Grumsh. And Jaruk invites you to follow the true path of the orc, and if not by choice, then we'll be taking you by force. You all ran to the protection of the town. Felix and Crystal handled the animals, managing to quell all the beasts, and even capture a druid seemingly driving them mad. Thel and Chonk went to the aid in the stands, and with the help of Morgron, the leader of the Brood Mark, dispatched all attackers, but not without losing a few innocents. Carrick was protecting the elderly at the Gong's trial that he was in. You heard explosions and lightning. Returning to town, you saw the monument of Fort defaced with the words war above a single bleeding eye, all written in blood. Afterwards, many were called to the Comtalk, where you were met with weary eyes. Soon people started yelling and blaming you all a little bit. Morgan calmed them down and told them of your deeds. However, he did not think it best for you to stay, and you should collect your things and leave for the time being. Ungarok took you to the Storm Hall and gave you the information that she had promised, that you needed to head east for about 2 days until funneled through the Gorge of Faces into a valley, then north until you find a sheer stone wall against a mountainside. Told you of a maze and trials at the forge. You all headed out that night, collecting your horses and heading east. Using those directions, Thel was able to use his map he found months ago to help navigate, and was reminded of the blank second half of the map, which had the words, "May the light of justice guide you through chaos." As night approached, you came to a slightly crumbled tower. Inside, Christopher started cooking, putting his hammer into the fire and seemingly awakening it in some way. Thel looked out above and to see where they were headed, and Carrick and Felix began to search around the tower for anything interesting. That is what happened last time. Oh, and there's the question. Did you guys take all of your horses? Because you had like the 2 pack horses, or did you just take the ones that you're riding?
I think we took all of them.
I think you did take all of them as well.
I think Jake is the one that said that, but
yeah. Yep. So you guys have all of your horses. So what? That's a total of 6 horses, 5 horses. No, 6 horses. One magic horse and 5 regular horses, and one of them's a donkey. So, yeah. So for you, Ryan, yeah, you guys are in a tower. It's very similar to the one that you saw when you approached town. That the watch was all posted at. It's about 3 stories tall. Thel is kind of looked on top to just make sure they know where they're going, and then Christopher's cooking, and you and Felix, there's a kind of a table with some papers on it. It looks like it's fairly disused, but there's been people in here in somewhat recent times, but most of it's dusty and this kind of disused. It's not in the greatest shape, but it's good to get out of the elements. Is there anything that you would like to look around for in this tower? Man, I can really just say, just roll an investigation check as you're kind of poking around, waiting for your food to be. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so you find find a few things actually with that roll. You see on the table there are a couple statues that are not statues, but like kind of little carvings and kind of like a pendant that looks very similar to that eye that had been graffitied onto the monument in the center of Barovka. It's an eye with like a red teardrop underneath it. And then you also find a bunch of papers and also a box that holds about 3 of these like small stone eyeballs. Going through the correspondence, you see it's in some sort of cipher. But you're smart enough to kind of decode it after a little bit. And it's noting that the plans are going well. Diverting the young to the clan areas for corruption has been successful, and a show of force at the next celebration is being planned. Yeah, and then also underneath the desk, kind of packed behind some straw and just kind of debris, you do find a like a small pack that upon opening has 4 vials of poison and a greater healing potion. So poison just seems like just regular ass poison, nothing special, but yeah, greater healing potion if you want to put that or hand it out to anybody.
I'll just stick it in the bag of holding for now.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want?
Keep it on you. I think we all got some, or we'll forget about it in the bag of holding.
If it's in the bag of holding, it's like the
all right.
The bag of forgetting.
All right, I'll put it in my thing though. Okay, so greater.
You can put it in the bag of holding, but just assume it's on your inventory at that point.
Okay. And then there was also like a bunch of eyeballs and stuff. Like I wasn't sure.
Yeah, 3 like stone eyes.
3 stone eyes.
In like kind of like a small carved box. Make an Arcana check as you are looking at those eyes. You definitely can know that they are magical in some way. In fact, yeah, with a 20, you know that this would be, it's a simple enchantment. It's called an Urstat's Eye, which is a prosthetic eyeball you can kind of put into your eye, and it behaves exactly like a real eye. So, for the most part. Sometimes it can mess up and look a different direction like a regular glass eye would, but this is this is 3 of those.
Okay. So if any of us loses an eye, we've got some extra.
Make a just since you weren't playing in the last game, make just a straight wisdom check. or religion check. Oh well, shit. Wisdom. What you remember is some of the kids that you kind of wiped the floor with in Goat Ball. One of their, when you saw them and you thought that like you just beat them so bad before, their eye was looking the wrong direction when you kind of like congratulated at the end. So you kind of like put together that maybe the people that follow this, Grumsh One Eye are infiltrating and putting in a false eye, because a lot of people sacrifice their eye when they start following Grumsh. So just something to look out for if you return to town. Hey Jake, how are you doing?
I'm good. Nothing
Good.
like
Were you
starting
installing-
updates
Were
on
you
Friday.
installing Mac updates?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I-
that's what we were joking about. I'm like, it's a guaranteed like half an hour to hour and a half. You have no clue.
Yeah.
But-
I started them yesterday and then left my computer, and so when I logged in, it had to finish, so it only had like 10
Oh.
minutes left.
What was it updating to the latest version, or have you guys been on?
I don't even know.
I only know because my desktop changes its picture. So
I
like,
only
what-
install updates when they're forced.
Yep,
Which happens every
exactly. It has gotten a lot. The new software that we have, like, even closes your programs. They're like, you have 5 days to restart this program, 4 days to restart this program. Like, well, you're always going to count down to 0.
Like,
and,
we have
and then I'll just be like working on something, and the thing just closes on me. Like,
yeah, we can defer. It's funny because you can defer 2 minutes, like 2 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, and 8 hours, but you can only defer 2 times. So if you defer twice, then you're screwed after that. So I try to defer only the one time and then install after that. But
Yeah, I end up working at home. I end up working on my personal system a lot because it's cloud-based, and like Slack is totally fine on my personal computer, but like the Slack version that they've installed on my work computer that needs like IT's admin to like do anything with, it'll periodically be like, you need to update to the most recent version, and then it's like doesn't update itself. It's super annoying
because it can't update because it needs some admin right to it.
Well, but what's weird is then I can go to this like the Slack website and download it without needing their admin, but it like won't auto update itself. So it's just like super annoying. Like, why are you like this? And I keep getting weird looks because I end up because I work 1 day a week on my laptop at the office pretty much, and then 4 days a week at home on my tower. So they're very periodically they're like, "Hey, have you updated your computer recently?" And I'm like, "Nope, never on it. Don't care."
It is here only for 1 day a week. Yeah. So with those three very good rolls in a row, you are pretty sure there's not a lot else to see in this tower. Thel, from last time, you think you're probably by about midday is when you'll reach this funneled down into a gorge area. What they call it, the Gorge of Faces. Yeah, so is there anything else you want to do for the evening? Oh, never mind. This is all, it's start of game I have here. So yeah, otherwise we can continue. The one thing we do need to say is for Thel and Christopher's fight, Felix, you got 1 ice fruit, which you were told helps stave off the cold for a time. And you got 3 pinches of giant refined elkhorn powder.
you said 3
Which-
pouches.
3 pinches. So
Pinches.
I just mechanically they can cure 1 level of exhaustion 1 time per day.
You said elkhorn.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like deer antler spray, but
Yeah,
fantasy.
sounds good.
So that is what you got for your 100 gold bet, and you got your 100 gold back. So if you had dropped that. Let's see. Yeah, do you guys just go to bed, or is there anything else you want to do for the night? Sounds like you're going to bed. So as you sleep that night, Carrick, do you put up the dome?
Yeah.
Yeah, and putting up the dome is good because you can keep it at a kind of consistent temperature. So it's, you know, a good, like, whatever temperature you guys like to sleep in. You are suddenly shivering, and the shivering is so intense it actually wakes you up. And that night, you open your eyes and you realize that you are on top of a snow-capped mountain.
Alone, or we all are?
You are. It's just you can look around. Do a perception check real quick. You are baffled. You don't see anything. You don't see any of your friends. It's like a true blizzard on top of a mountain that you are on right now. What do you do?
I guess first thing I do is start yelling, like,
Yeah.
hello?
There's just the sound of wind, and that is happening.
Awesome. Am I like in danger amount of cold?
Yes, you put this together that you would probably die of exposure before you would die of exposure up here if you stay too long.
Okay. Damn, dude, I don't know. Do I just start going down the mountain, I guess? What the fuck, where am I?
Oh yeah, your perception.
Well, first thing I'm gonna do, can I like use, let's see. Can I try to determine if this is like an illusion or something? Like part of me wonders, like, am I actually here, or is somebody,
or is
like,
this
in
a
my
bad
head?
dream?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of like do the slap yourself stuff. Do a, I guess if you're thinking like, are you thinking like more like, is this an illusion like Arcana, or is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah. So an Arcana check, is that what you want?
Yeah, make an Arcana check. You know for sure that you are here. You are somewhere, and you don't know where you are. You are in the middle of a blizzard.
Awesome.
But
Good thing you were raised by Yetis.
yes.
I know.
But you do actually, like, with that high of an Arcana check, you feel something in your stomach that you haven't felt in a few months, and it reminds you of when you were when you left Icewind Dale to get to Exandria, when you went through that like plane shift type spell. It's like it had like you kind of have like that same lingering after effect in your stomach.
Okay. Well, that's not good.
And as you kind of are doing this, suddenly make a Constitution saving throw. 19. You are fine, but you kind of look for a second, and then that same like pit, like when the airplane drops and your stomach goes up, happens, and you feel nauseous for a second, and now you are laying on the floor of the tower. The dome's gone, and you are covered in snow. Back with your friends.
I
Okay.
need to store those drugs better.
So, you can just think on that.
Yeah.
I would everyone just make a what's everyone. I think Felix, Felix and Christopher would both wake up as this happened. Fel, you're delightfully sleeping. Your passive perception's pretty low, so you're sleeping like unless people were taking a watch. But
I think we usually take watches, right? Like,
yeah, usually one person takes a watch for like half the night, and normally it's a lot of times it is Carrick because he has to sleep half the amount of time. So you were just sitting there reading a book and then suddenly appeared in the snow. But Fel, go ahead and roll a perception check. Let's see if the snow wakes you up, because as he lands, like snow dusts off of him. Like right on the edge. You kind of like flick the snow off of it, but you're still sleeping. You've had a lot going on recently, so you're getting a good night's rest. Yeah, you appear back, and the other two people, you do notice that suddenly the dome is gone, and because the temperature dropped probably 20 degrees, and you see Carrick sitting there with a bunch of snow all over him. You guys all just look at each other confused, or?
Yeah, I feel like I probably don't say anything. I'm probably just sitting there covered in snow, trying to figure out what just happened.
And it is snowing outside, so what the other two of you make if you want to make some sort of check to think if you think anything weird is going on. You just see a
I'm
silent.
just gonna ask him why are you covered in snow, bud?
I was just on top of a mountain. Against my will.
I'm recovering from a rage too.
We should be worried about.
I'm rolling.
You good?
I'm not sure.
Should we just press on?
All right, I'm mad about it, so I'm doing an investigation. I'm mad. I'm cold.
Intimidating?
I'm intimidating. Like, why do you
the snow?
Like, why do you take the blanket, sort of thing. Like,
Oh,
I'm cold. What?
so you're like mad at me?
Yeah, I'm mad at him. So I'm getting the information out of him now.
I don't know what just happened. I really don't. I think I may have been back in Icewind Dale for a moment. I don't know. I must meditate.
I must think about this. Yeah, that's really all you can do at this point. Is there's no rhyme or reason. You just were in the middle, and you couldn't really see enough to kind of actually know where you were.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of, I think this makes sense that I was there and I felt these things that I felt before, but not quite
Go
sure.
over and taste the snow. Taste the difference between the snow with my refined palate.
Okay,
Oh.
make a,
I'm testing this out. Yeah.
it would be make a nature check.
See if it's like the same kind of snow, get all Eskimo on it. Yep, nope.
Nope, you
That's
taste it tastes like water. It tastes like snow. It tastes fresh. It's cold. Like,
This is a good idea, though.
it's a wild idea.
I mean, a nature check of 7 is very in line with like snow is just snow.
Like you think you have like a thought like this is a smart thing, and they're like, oh yeah, snow is just fucking snow. I can't tell the like iron content of
I
the
have
snow.
determined that this snow looks like that snow.
Yeah.
I'm also liking the visual of him picking snow off of me and
Like-
eating it.
your delicate elven face that he just
And
like
I've-
grabs it off and yes.
And
snow.
I'm just coming off of like feeding everybody raw moose meat, so I'm like real cocky right now.
Oh yeah, you didn't get that part, Ryan. Christopher really fucked up dinner last night. But he thinks that he did it great. Okay, that's
If there's any potted plants in this tower, it is filled with our plates of food secretly.
Yeah, you guys almost need to make a constitution check to see if you shit your brains out. Okay, the rest of the night, unless there's anything else, the rest of the night goes without real issue. Fell very easily as you're kind of waking up. Your gauntlets are like they kind of been sending tingles up your arms. They're now almost giving like a pleasant hum and vibration. And make a quick perception check. Yeah, with that, even with looking at the maybe like once you catch it, it's kind of like a little spark of electricity kind of like sparks off one of the knuckles. So there's that. Felix, can you roll me just a straight D20? Nothing. You're all good. And then Christopher, as you're cooking breakfast in the morning, just like your whatever you guys normally do, you still see your hammer pulling heat out of the fire. A little bit like just a small little mote, and make an intelligence check for me. You think that's neat? You're like, well, it likes fire, is all that you know. But anyways, yeah, so the next day starts. You're in this tower, and you have about half a day to where you think this gorge is going to funnel through. You don't even really need to make a survival check because Thel was able to kind of see exactly where to go. You have a map. So you guys start walking out. Is there anything else you guys want to do, or just kind of trudge through with your horses?
Let's go. Let's trudge.
Okay. Trudge through. Yeah, so just like Gishak had, not Gishak, Ungarak had said, you are coming to a, like, very much like a funnel. And you kind of see, like, as you're going through this funnel or getting closer, why they call it the Gorge of Faces. There are kind of like these carved outcroppings. They look not carved, but it definitely there are faces on the walls, and you see like maybe one, like if you're just kind of looking around because it's so big. It's like not like Mount Rushmore big, but a big face on a wall, like a definite nose and maybe a couple eyebrows. And then you are coming down, and there's a central gorge that seems to have like kind of a small like stream going through, and then on either side there are paths like kind of carved out that looks like maybe how people or how animals have traversed this and carved like kind of rough natural paths. So yeah, you kind of have like two sides and a center that you can go on. The sides you kind of have to climb up to get up on top of it, but you'd be outside of the middle part of the gorge. But and that's probably like maybe 30-40 feet above like kind of where this creek bed is, you going through this gorge. So do you have a way that you guys want to go, or let's go straight through the center, split up, whatever you want to do? You do have your 6 horses, just so you know this.
Straight through sounds good.
Straight through the center. Okay.
With wariness. I don't know.
with wariness. Let's see. Let's move you guys over to this map. Whoop. Boop. Boop. Can you guys see everything?
Yeah. Well, I can see the terrain.
Yeah, you can see the terrain. So that's kind of what it is. There's like this gorge has a bunch of faces kind of naturally existing in the rock walls around you. So yeah, you guys just want to go through the center. Go ahead and drop your tokens down at the bottom then.
I kind of like that right path now. Now that I see
Okay,
it.
yeah. So whatever way people want to go. I guess also there are a bunch of horses.
I like this guy.
Bunch of draft horses. Whoop. And Steve. Whoop.
Do we dare go one to the left, one to the right?
How high is it? How high is that?
About 30, 40 feet. Oh, there's no donkey. Is there a mule? There's a mule. Oh, nice. Yeah, you guys are all technically on horseback right now, unless you're wanting to walk them. Oh. And the mule is just carrying stuff. So. Go ahead and organize yourselves how you want. And just pick one of the horses and put her here. We'll say this is click him or not. Click him. Give him this is Carrick's horse, the blue one. This is the green one is Christopher's horse, and come on, the purple one is your horse, Felix. So just move that wherever you're moving with, and then obviously the one with armor is Del's horse, and then the other two. Who would be leading the other horses?
So I can't move the horses.
Oh, hold on.
Who's? Mine's purple.
Yeah, yours is purple. Where's my can be controlled by?
It'd be nice if you could control 2 tokens at
Yes.
once.
You
can drag and click.
Once I give you, you can highlight both of them. So,
Oh, cool.
But you have to drag and click, like drag a square over both of them every time. Like as soon as you drop it down, it like unselects both.
But I need to give you control over this horse. Horse control. Of course. course not. Represents character. Tooltip. Above, compact. I think if I come here, go to draft horse, edit, and I can say, can be edited and controlled by all players.
I like to think just by the stacking that Fella's just carrying his horse.
Just, he's getting his
Just
work
like,
out.
come on, yeah, let's just sling it over. Fireman carry it up.
We're going off the left
Yeah. I think you guys can
or
move
the
on.
right.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Just decide that after the bath real quick.
I guess I don't really want to lead the way, but I guess since I'm already here, it's
I could,
easier.
yeah.
Unless
kind of,
someone wants to switch.
I feel like there's still this stuff to the right. I could jump up there real quick. This looks like the best place for people to rain arrows down on us. So,
I might just go straight down. Me and Steve.
Everyone's gonna come from the left-hand side. This is a classic ambush map. Look at it.
Yeah. We almost, yeah.
Okie dokie.
I have a thought. Can I use minor illusion to make it look like I am riding my horse, and then send my horse off down the canyon without me and see what happens?
Why do we have a mule again? I forget.
It was just a pack mule.
Oh, okay.
It's when you traded your cart, you got 5 horses. So it's just carrying the other 2 horses are just carrying your stuff. So
I like that idea though, Ryan.
yeah. Speaking of, who is leading those other 2 horses?
I could take those.
Okay. So yeah, they're up there with you. You should be able to control them. So, yeah. So take your horse and start moving it down the way.
Should we go down? Should I do this down the center probably, or?
Yeah.
And are you just sending it straight out?
Yeah.
At just the trot. And I assume all of you guys are moving. So we're kind of at this point here, just taking precautions, just, maybe these faces do something weird. Maybe there's this, that, or the other thing. But you guys start moving through. You can even hop on the other horse, one of the pack horses.
Oh, okay.
Carrick if you want.
Okay.
Doesn't have a saddle, but you can still ride it if you want, or you can walk.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
So it gets a little skinny.
Oh no, I moved some horses.
There's horses everywhere. Let's roll. What is a horse's perception check?
We have
What is-
blinders on them too.
Oh, he got a natural 20. So the horse that had your minor illusion on it just kind of stops there and is looking a little pensive. I'll allow anyone that wants to make a perception check if you think that you. Actually, I'll just let Carrick do a perception check as you are watching your horse just kind of stop, as everyone else is kind of leading the other horses in this kind of precarious situation. Man, You're rolling very, very good, Carrick. It's like 20, 24, 20, 19, 20. You hear and kind of see a little bit of dust move, and a rumble seems to be coming from technically you're going east to or west to east, but in this map, from the north part of the map, you hear a rumble. It sounds like it's a bit off, but there's a rumble.
Do I see where it's coming from? Just
You
north.
don't see anything at this point.
Okay.
All right, let's move quicker.
Okay. Yeah, you guys kind of start moving your next bit, but it's like you want to move quicker, but because you chose to go on these sides, you can't move too fast because they aren't like a road carved out. They're more like a natural path. And you're leading these other horses and your mule, and you're loaded down, so you're moving that. And at that point, you do all see what was causing that rumbling. And whoop, whoop, whoop. What just happened?
That was me.
I need to do an investigation check. I don't know what I just saw.
Like an ice skating routine.
So
there?
when I had when I had them selected and I was moving them, and then when I right clicked instead of like just let go of the left click, you could like plant like multiple like legs in a journey. Oh my.
That is super weird. Anyways, what you notice is that thundering coming down was a whole bunch of elk, caribou type like creatures, stampeding through this gorge. I would say I need your horse to make 3 dexterity saving throws. And two of these, like
the one
you,
down in the canyon.
Christopher, see like one coming around the corner, very like at this point, truly stampeding to you. And this is like a 10-foot elk. This is not a regular elk. This is a giant elk that is barreling towards you as okay, makes its first one. Makes its second one. Does not make its third one. So I am going to have it take, as these giant elk is goring through. It avoids 2 of the smaller ones as they move through. Like take these guys and I get to the right layer. These 3 get through, but as this last one moves through, it gores your horse that's been sitting there, and let's see how much damage it does. Ram, 2d6 plus 4. Does 8 points of damage to your horse, which is still up, but it's kind of like fallen to its side as it just got knocked over and cut on its side. Oh, wait. Make a strength saving throw for it.
Our Kentucky Derby edition game.
I guess another horse died at the Preakness yesterday. Yeah, it's on the ground. It's fallen down, and there are like 8 more elk running towards it. So yeah, other than that, you guys all now see why these elk are stampeding, as there's this giant 6-legged lizard chasing after it. after all of them. So they all get to about here.
At least we're up here.
Yep. Speaking of, I need everyone on that ledge to make a dexterity saving throw using your horse stats.
Can I do a blast from my horns of my bagpipe of quiver? The what are pipes of haunting. There we go. Pipes of haunting to try and scare it down that other path.
Make a just do an initiative roll to see if you're able to like get your bagpipes up enough, inflate them, and play them.
Yeah.
I'll say,
Oh man,
I'll say yes. You have just enough time to.
just one little blast. I don't think it needs a whole. I don't know. Do I just do a bagpipe roll or what?
Well, no. What are your bags of haunting? They make a. You're able to hit this front giant elk, this 10-foot elk. You're able to hit.
Yeah, just to try and like scare it down that path.
Yeah. So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. It does not. It immediately, and because it's one of the leaders, it immediately turns around and starts running down the hill. There's still two more behind it that are coming up, but you've at least deterred the major thing that was going to make you guys all like you are in a precarious situation right now. And with that, I will have everybody roll initiative.
Ugh.
Oh wait, hold on. Before you do that, let me clear the list, and then we'll add Felix gets a 8.16. Go ahead, and everyone else can go now.
So should I just keep my 15?
Yours was to see if you were fast enough to do it.
Okay.
19.14. Oh. Christopher's didn't get added, of course. Okay. And then this guy gets a that's an 11 plus 1, 13. 13. Turn has one. Great. Sending. That's to you then, Carrick.
Okay. Can I tell, has this thing even seen us?
You would expect not. At least not quite yet. Or it knows that things are up there, but it probably doesn't. You don't know if it's seen you. I guess you could do a insight check on its. I don't know what that would be. Do I think this thing's seen me? It looks pretty determined on chasing whatever it's after right now. So
Okay. So then what I think I want to do is I want to prepare a fireball. If I see this thing start coming towards us, like it's obviously after us, then I'll fireball it. But for the moment, I'm gonna hold off.
Okay. So you're holding that. Are you gonna move, or are you just kind of where are you at? You're in difficult terrain, so you can only move about half movement.
Yeah, I think that I'm holding where I'm at.
Okay, so you've created kind of a blockage, and especially because there's this other horse behind you, you're probably blocking the trail, so no one else behind you would be able to move either.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess I can keep going this way. I just wasn't sure what he was doing up in front of me.
He is stopped right there because he just pulled out his bagpipes to scare away two of the elks. So actually, there's probably a bottleneck right here. There's no moving.
Okay.
Just because of that. Okay, at turn 20, all of the elk are going to start moving. Do the elk get a second save from your bagpipes, or is it just they are afraid for?
I was really just concerned about that front one. So
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know if he would turn around at this point if he's no longer scared. He's a dumbass elk. He's continuing down. But they come down here. I do need, as these two other elk rush towards you, Christopher can make a dexterity saving throw for your horse.
Is that just a regular one, or?
You should be able. Can you open up this horse's stat block?
Let me see. How would I do that? Just like clicking on it, or
if you go to the info thing and just type in horse, and these are riding horses or draft horses. Elk.
I can see can see stats, but I don't know how to roll for it. Just a straight. If you zero or
if you click strength, it should roll it.
Oh, strength or dexterity?
Dexterity. Sorry, it doesn't have any actual saving throw.
Huh? Yeah, I pulled it up and I can't click on it.
Okay.
Just do like
roll
a d20.
Then if it's +0, so 4. Your horse does not, and now it needs to make a strength saving throw, as these things are pulling through.
+4.
No, it is knocked prone and takes 11 points of damage as you fall off your horse. And now I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, as you are on a precarious ledge and maybe about to fall down into a ravine. You fall off the ledge, but you're holding on maybe about 10 feet down as you fall into the ravine. Your horse is just laying on the ground in front as that's the first elk. Now I need Carrick just on your... I need you to do the same thing.
So 2d20s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that ain't good.
Yeah. Same exact thing. Make another dexterity or make a strength save for your horse. It does take 6 points of damage. And
my horse is all the way at the bottom. Is that right?
You're like halfway. No, the horse fell down on the edge. You were just bucked off.
Okay.
Carrick,
but I'm down.
You are down like halfway, hanging onto the nose of this face. And then Thel, I'm going to need you to do the same thing. Carrick, you roll a dexterity saving throw for yourself to see if you fall down into the ravine. You, much like Christopher, fall and like kind of scramble and hold on to a nose. So you're hanging onto the wall. Make a Constitution saving throw to see if you hold on to the concentration on your fireball spell.
Oops.
No, that spell fizzles as you are falling down into this ravine. You kind of like have to stop whatever you're doing to grasp on, or I'll let you fall and take damage, and you might be able to hold on to it.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, the spell fizzles in your hand, but you are now hanging onto the nose of this giant.
So
Okay.
Steve
your
saves, I'll say 0, so that's just a d20.
Yep. So.
You want to take that first one?
Yep. So he takes 5 points of damage and needs to make a strength saving throw. My lord, dudes. Now I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Steve, you're supposed to be better than the regular horses.
He's got armor. You jump off of Steve, and you are still standing up on the ledge. They don't have enough movement to get to you, Felix, and it actually looks like since you're still on that ledge, they are continuing down this other way. I guess your mule's behind you, so you're good. All of these other elk move forward. This poor horse gets trampled because it is prone and takes another 9 points of damage, and this horse is dead. Okay, Christopher, it's your turn.
Those other elk move, right? That I scared? Do they move down the ledge too?
I moved
I think the ravine ones moved, but you did.
I moved the top two as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and there's also some over here that
that's
moved, but
that's gonna change. So I'm just holding on, have no like.
Yeah, you are just holding on about halfway down the ravine. So it's about 15 feet down.
I'm just gonna settle in here for a bit until I can
Okay,
jump over.
Holding on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait this one out till these elk move past. I want to try and jump over there, but not till they go past.
Okay. The frost salamander is going to take 2 more steps forward, and it is going to exhale its freezing breath. Let's measure.
At the poor dead horse.
It goes out to here.
Oh my.
Yeah, and it's going to get the 2 of you holding on as well. It's a 60-foot cone. Or let's just double check, make sure. Yeah, this is probably too high, but yeah, it'll get you guys as well. I need the 2 of you to make Constitution saving throws. That is a fail. That is also a fail. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You guys take 40 points of damage.
Jesus.
As this wave of cold hits against you. The horse is completely frozen, and all of these elk are also just stumble and fall dead. So everything that was in its reach kind of dies except for you guys. And that's the end of the frost salamander's turn. Felix, this is your turn.
Do we fall, or are we still hanging on after that?
You're still hanging on just as this like ice shards stab you in the back, but you guys have a good enough grip. You're not.
Where am I?
Nothing about it would make you fall.
So I just need to see where the hell. How far down there? Like 10 feet down?
Probably like 15.
Okay. I'm gonna just move. Well, I'm gonna leave my horse behind. I'm gonna move back behind this frozen horse, I guess. Not you, horse.
Get out of here, horse.
So I'm gonna be hiding essentially behind this horse, and I'm gonna cast false life on myself.
Okay. So you take your temporary hit points.
If I can roll it from here. Can I roll it from here? 1d4 plus 4, so I'll just roll d4. So 6 temporary hit points. And that'll be stop. I'm not going to cast it anymore. Okay, so 6 hit points temporary, and then I'm gonna essentially, I guess I'm gonna wait because that's what I'm gonna do. That's my action, is to cast that on myself.
Okay. So
and hide. So I'm hiding.
Yeah,
from this
and I would say
giant
like, watching
lizard.
this thing exhale, you have no clue if it was specifically targeting your friends or just they got caught in the crossfire.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, it's Stell's turn then. So yeah, you're standing up above. You see this. You see this guy.
How frozen is this horse? Like, is it frozen in
Oh
place?
no,
into the
the
ground?
horse that the horse that you have just got trampled. It's just laying on the ground.
No, I'm not talking about the one in the gorge. I'm talking about these frozen horses. The ones here on the ledge that you said were frozen, right?
No. It's all the elk in the ravine and the horse in the ravine are frozen. The
Okay.
The two on the
so
ledge are just have fallen down and bucked off their
got it.
owners. So,
Sorry, I missed.
so
I
you're
missed
just like
that.
hiding behind a horse that's laying on the ground.
Got it. Sounds good. Thank you.
You can even, if you want to, you can take the hide action as a bonus action.
Yeah. I wanna be hiding.
Okay, yeah. Roll a stealth check. You are blended in with the horse. You like tauntaun your way into the horse, and
Oh man, the horse
Not
dead
quite,
now.
but-
It just shits on me.
it just shit itself, and you're like hiding. Yeah. So yeah, Thel, you're up.
So am I able to like walk out on just for? Can I walk on this, or is that like too? much
No,
of a
that would
cliff
just like a
face?
straight down ledge.
Roll some rope.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna throw my rope down to Carrot here and see if I can get his little wizard butt off this cliff.
Okay. Yeah, so you are able to throw that down. So if Carrot wants to climb up on his turn,
Actually, it's before I totally do that. Is the Steve knocked down? Can I get him up on my turn, or do I need to roll initiative for him?
I'm just having all the animals go on turn 20.
Okay, so he's knocked
So-
down, so he can't stand up till
His turn.
his turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could have helped him up and used your action to do that, but
Yeah, no, that's okay.
okay, yeah. So you throw a rope down to the two people hanging on to the nose of this thing, and yeah, that brings it to your turn, Carrot. After just being blasted in the back by like wildly cold ice.
Yeah, I am going to grab this rope for sure.
Okay, make an athletics check with advantage to climb it.
This could still be bad.
You don't need much. It doesn't need to be high. Good enough. The 9 would not have made it. So yeah, with the 15, you're able to climb up, and you are standing next to Thel. I'll say that is your movement, so you still have an action left.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I... Taking a potion isn't an action, right? It's like a bonus action or
It's
something?
a bonus action. So you could take a potion and still have your action left.
Yeah, I'm going to take a potion. I have a greater healing potion.
Yep, you have a greater healing potion you just got.
12.
Yep.
Nice.
Take 12 points of healing. That is not the best healing on that. 4112.
Something.
Yeah. Okay. Do you still have an action though?
At this point, I am going to prepare, because we're still not sure that this thing has even seen us. We might have accidentally gotten hit, right? So
you were hanging onto a wall. You were in the blast radius of what it was doing. You have no clue if it saw you or not, but you were quite exposed falling down a ravine, so
yeah.
You're betting against its perception.
Yeah. So I'm going to prepare Wall of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
If I get any indication that it is coming towards us, I'm gonna create a wall of fire in a let's see, what would it be? In a 20-foot diameter ringed wall around the salamander.
Okay.
But I'm still holding off.
I'm
I'm still
going inward, not outward.
Yeah, with the damage going inward.
Okay. Well, good. It is now the elks' turns, which all not the dead one, but they all run away, and for all intents and purposes are off the map right now. These ones also run off the map. And this one's dead. That's that. Your horses all can stand up.
What about those ones up on the right?
Yeah, these ones start running the opposite direction and are about here. They're afraid of you, but then also they get down to the bottom of the ravine and see the salamander that they were originally running from. They're just fucking baffled. So they're that way. Let's see. Yeah, what I said. This guy's dead. Yeah, so all your horses are stood up. I think everyone roll a wisdom saving throw for your horses to see if they bolt or not.
Just a D20.
Yeah, everyone. Just a straight roll for everyone. I don't know if horses have.
Except probably not Steve, since he's like bound to me differently, right?
Yeah, Steve is a bit different, but the other three, two of them start to bolt. Roll a D4 to see which way they go. Christopher and Carrick's, yours is fine. Carrick's stands up, and that. So okay, 3, and then Felix roll a D4. 4. Okay, so the 3 and 4 both run backwards, or they run away, path of least resistance. So this horse ends up here. This horse starts following the elk. Or it actually probably went around this way. That's probably where it was closer. So our horses have started running. That brings it to your turn, Christopher.
I'm just gonna climb up too.
And the rope's still hanging there, so you get the same. You have advantage on the roll. Make an athletics check. Yep, you climb up, and you are standing up on the edge.
And then I guess I'll prepare my gun.
Prepare your gun, or any, and I assume it's any.
If it looks like it sees us, yeah. If
Yeah.
it's, I mean, if it's targeting us, not going towards, its kill.
Yeah. Okay, that is the frost salamander's turn, which is then going to see. Let's see if it sees you. That is a natural 1. It is going down and eating, starting to like gather the corpses into a pile. It kind of like has these big claws that's just kind of pushing everything into a circle here. So that is its turn. Felix, that's you. I will say, Carrick, just if it gets to you, you lose your spell if you don't let it off. Just so you know.
Yeah.
So should we like even try to fight this thing? So Carrick, you got a wall of fire that you're preparing. Sorry, this is me speaking. This is me speaking.
No, I know.
as Jake.
I would say you can. Your guys are kind of hidden, and that thing rolled a natural 1 on its perception check. You see it; it is very focused. So I will give you kind of like a break of initiative for a second to,
Okay.
like, if you guys wanted to speak, we'll keep the same initiative rolls, but for right now, you at least up here are pretty hidden.
How wide is this wall of fire that you can make?
The wall of
And how long does it
fire-
last?
So it's 20 feet high, 1 foot thick, 20 feet in diameter, up to a minute. So in battle, that's obviously like a decent amount of time. It causes 5d8 damage as long as it's within 10 feet of the wall. So if you like encircle it, then it basically takes damage until it
20 feet
gets
wide?
out. It's a 20 foot diameter, 1 foot thick.
Because I'm wondering if it makes sense to just jump on these horses, fire your wall so that it's like behind here, maybe confuse it, and try to just run past it, rather than trying to fight this thing head on.
40
Well,
points.
definitely my impulse was to not fight this thing if it doesn't notice us. Because
40 points kind of suck. That's-
literally one more hit like that last one and I'm dead.
Yeah.
Just because you guys are kind of watching it move, and seeing how fast it was keeping up with this elk, I would say just in general, you guys think you could maybe outrun it, but you would definitely need a distraction because this thing moved incredibly fast. Because it is huge. So
Okay. If that's, I wonder. I have a wind 'em up loud boy. I wonder if we can put that down the ravine. Take off, cast your fire thing past it, and then, like, if you, Steve, and the other horse are still good, if we can get, Carrick and Thel on one, and me and Christopher on the other, and we can try and take off. I think that's a good plan. What do you guys think?
What are our muffins too? What are our mushroom
Hold on.
pastries?
Let me open them up.
Can we throw that in there into the like elk pile as he like bite?
while you guys are all doing this, make a Christopher, you're saying there. Make a perception check, Christopher.
Muffins.
The rumbling that had gotten quieter seems to be picking back up again.
Okay, there's more of them. Let's get the shit out of here.
But this one's coming from the opposite direction.
Yeah, there's a pack. There's something. We gotta get the shit out of here. Yeah.
I don't know where muffins are. 2 Fey touched mushrooms. 4 magic brown spotted eggs. Age changing potato cake. A long beard of feathers mushroom cake.
That'll go far.
Not the most.
Not nearly as useful as the other ones.
Although a salamander sprouting a beard of feathers is pretty funny.
So the 2 Fey touch mushrooms, those are, we still don't know what they do yet, right?
I believe that is correct.
We just toss one in there, or is that?
Yeah, we could absolutely do that.
Or it might like turn it into like double its size and speed or something. Like
It can do a lot of things.
you can do a lot of
It
things.
turned into a potted plant. It could
So
cause
let's do that.
swamps to appear.
Does that sound like a good plan to you guys?
Yeah, I'm good to just call
It
this.
sounds like a fun plan. I don't know if it's a good plan.
Well,
The purple dotted horse is, I'm assuming, we're unretrievable, right?
Yeah, don't worry about that guy.
You might be able to catch up and get Christopher's horse, but right now you are down to 2 horses and your poor mule.
And we can fit
Actually,
2 people
I'll
on a
roll
horse,
for the
right?
mule. Oh, the mule's still just walking down the trail towards you guys.
I'm gonna do a gray bag of tricks and toss it, try and send it off a different direction.
So probably like maybe going up the other side of the ravine.
Like south or something, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Okay,
Or,
roll.
or down, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, with that, we'll just go back to the top of the initiative order. Unless, Fel, was there anything you wanted to do? I could say you could have beckoned like Steve up to like.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, let's get the horses and get ready to fucking bolt.
Yeah. I have Steve rides up, and I jump on, and now I'm on Steve, and I'm like,
I would say that the salamander gets another, like, no matter what you did, if that horse is moving, it gets another perception roll. I'll say with disadvantage because it kind of has its kill. That's a 19 and a 3, so good thing for disadvantage. It still seems pretty conscious and almost seems like it's kind of preparing for maybe something else. Carrick, that is you. What do you want to do?
Well, we're all still moving in all of this? Is that what we decided? Or
I think it sounded like you had a plan, so
yeah. So I guess first we need to move. So I assume we're walking this way, walking like around the ledge, trying to not get its attention is what I assume is happening here.
We can ride 2 people on a horse, right? Like that happens all the time.
yeah, it might be a bit slower than normal,
But I think you and Thel get on Steve. Me and Christopher will get on this other horse. I don't know. I think this is his horse.
yeah, it is. It's the other pack horse. It doesn't even have a saddle. That's
fine.
Yeah, you'll be able to ride it, but it's just going to be uncomfortable and maybe a bit slower.
And we just try and ride up.
Yeah, I think we're trudging along up here. I guess at this point I changed my plan on how I'm going to shoot the wall of fire. I still feel like it's not the right time.
Yeah, you would have to prepare a new wall of fire at this point.
Yeah, agreed.
You lost your previous one, so
yeah, agreed. So now the idea is this: if as soon as it notices us, I'm going to cast a straight wall of fire, about like that. It can be 60 feet long.
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna be like-
notices you, or do you want to do this regardless of if we're riding off into the sunset?
I think if it notices us.
Okay.
So it'll be just like this with the damage toward it, obviously.
Okay.
And God hope it doesn't know how to climb.
Got 6 legs. I think it's gonna know how to do some.
Guys, it's you guys are. If you want to sneak away from this now, I'm going to need you to roll. So if you're going to, are you going to start leading Steve up, or are you going to wait until Fell's turn, which we'll say is Steve's turn at this point because they're back on each other, to hop on and leave?
Uh,
Does that make sense? What I said?
no, I'm kind of confused.
No. So you can start moving Steve up with you, or
Yeah.
you can wait until it's Fell's turn and you guys both ride off on the same turn.
Oh, I kind of want to get moving
Okay. Do you move with Steve or without Steve?
with Steve.
Okay. Make a stealth roll for Steve.
That's just a d20. What would I roll?
Yeah, I don't know what a warhorse's dexterity modifier is.
His
You should be able to
dexterity
roll-
is 8.
if you
No,
click
his dexterity is 12. It doesn't
Yeah, I think if
click
you
the
click
same
it-
way as regular character sheets, though. It's just like a
Yeah,
line with a
but it-
box.
Yeah, but you should be able to still like hover over the stat and click it.
Yeah, it's not like clickable. It
It's not
looks
giving
like
you the pointer. Okay. Yeah, just roll a d20 plus 2. A 10. So plop, 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 plop. He would notice it, but let's see
No.
if he reacts.
If Steve reacts.
No, if the salamander reacts.
Oh, I was like,
This salamander's passive perception is 14, so it noticed, but it is too distracted by its bunch of bodies and almost kind of looks like it's preparing for something. That brings it to the beast turn.
how far do we move with that?
He would have moved up, move him up 20.
It's like to there.
Move him just up to that square right here. And then, yeah, the two of you are on him. Yeah, as this happens, a new set of, I want all of those on. Elk start charging back as a much smaller version of the salamander is chasing behind them. Looks like a baby, but now that's kind of in a fatal funnel of this going on. Fuel.
Looks like a white dragon though. That one.
It is because there is no baby
okay.
boss salamander, so it's a baby though. So and turn. 19. So it will actually go in a second as well. Christopher, your turn.
I'm doing a great bag of tricks. 8. So we got a badger. We love our badgers.
Okay, a badger
gonna-
just appears there. What's it gonna do?
I'm tying. I think I'm going. I'm really on this mushroom. Really on the edge on doing this mushroom.
Go for it. I already took it out.
All right, let's just tie it to
Like
the
the
badger.
inventory.
And they're gonna throw the badger down into the ravine.
Yeah.
Can you at least kill it first? I mean, it's a
No,
30
I
foot
want it to
drop.
run though. I want it to make noise.
Okay,
And
so
distract.
you're going to throw it into the ravine. Make
Try
an
and, like,
athletics
right
check.
on top of the horse.
Okay, make an athletics check.
For
Oh,
a
it's gonna
badger.
make noise. I don't know if it's
No,
gonna
for
be
you to
good
throw
noises.
the badger. Okay, it makes it onto the horse. It takes. How much HP does a badger have?
It's-
It takes 8 points of damage.
There we go, badger. It's got 3 hit points.
So
It just like blows up.
it just poofs as it hits the horse. Because it's not a real badger. It's just but now there is a mushroom sitting there.
Would the
I-
salamander have
roll
any
a
type of
D20.
reaction to
Roll
the
a
movement?
D20 to see if this salamander eats this mushroom immediately. Make a, as they call it in Blades in the Dark, a fortune roll.
Just a d20, you said?
It's the D20. If it's above 15, it eats it. Ah!
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Now I don't
Yeah,
know
this-
if I'm
this isn't
scared or
necessarily-
excited.
roll a D100.
Oh, please. Potted plant.
43.
Like a serious drum roll here.
Warlock, sorcerers, right before that. It eats it and then immediately disappears and then appears 20 feet ahead as it just teleported.
No.
It is.
All right.
Wait, 40 feet. Yeah. For the next minute, you can teleport up to 20 feet as a bonus action on each of your turns.
How intelligent is it? Is
If
it gonna
was
know
a
how to
42 If it was a 42, it would have been turned into a potted plant.
The question is it intelligent or is it gonna teleport itself into a wall or something?
If it teleports itself into a wall, it takes 1d6 damage and is shunted out. So, well, I guess it doesn't know what's going on. It just suddenly thinks and goes like, "Huh?" But no, it gets a 12. It's smart enough, like, oh, I'll go help my little baby. So I'll say with that, it has disadvantage on whatever its perception check is as you guys move along. So go ahead, and are you gonna move now?
Yeah, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Okay. Are you gonna move stealthily? Or just like,
I think so. Hang on. Yeah, I'll try and stealth.
okay, you sneak forward.
Let me try it. Where's sheet?
Or are you gonna go run back and get on the horse and move him forward?
No,
Or-
it's on its own.
Okay.
So I'm clunking along. 40.
That is a 6. Okay. It has disadvantage to notice you. It got a 6. Or no, it got a 4. So you are not noticed. as it is preparing to breathe. I guess I'll see. Yeah, it recharges its frost breath and it's about to breathe on these guys. In fact, since these two go back to back, they each breathe their ice at each other. They're immune to frost damage, so all these other elk are now dead here in this funnel. Felix, your turn. You're kind of the last person that has to escape from this and not be noticed.
Okay.
If you're on the horse,
Okay, yeah, actually, hang on. How far is 70 feet? I think.
That horse is all. I should have said it's run off even further.
Oh, well,
on the last animal movement.
Okay.
You think that you might be able to catch up to it. It's just right now it's just bolting.
That's fine. I'm gonna get on the horse and try and ride it away.
Was the mule hooked to that other horse in any way? Like, I assume we might have tied those two together because they're our pack.
They're together. So roll a stealth check for the horse.
D20, yeah.
Yep. Okay, that's
and the
above
mule.
his passive perception. So, roll one for the mule too. Okay, one more perception check from the frost salamander with disadvantage. The mule is trying to lead it, but it's kind of hard in this narrow space and trying to get it, and it knocks some rocks off, and you do see the salamander look up to onto the ledge as if it's noticed something up there now. That is taking its attention now that it sees its kid and all of these dead elk in front of it. It's wondering if there's more possible quarry up there. And but you are on the horse and you can start sprinting away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that.
Okay.
How far can
Carrot,
I go?
I think that would trigger your.
How far can I go?
You can go 20. I'd say you can get about just behind.
Okay.
You can get just behind the other two.
Sorry, mule.
Do you cut the mule back?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, yeah, it just had some general wares like bed rolls, things like that. So it might be less comfortable to sleep, but it's not carrying anything critically important. Poor mule.
Yeah.
Poor mule who got its foot stuck in something and kicked the rock off, and you just said, "Fuck off, mule." Okay, you guys start going. I assume you're going to put your wall of fire up.
Yeah.
Straight across there.
Yeah.
Are you okay? So
what it does is it's 60 feet long, 20 feet high. It's opaque. Every creature within 10 feet of it. Do
you want it to be close enough to damage the frost salamander?
Yes, just close enough. Yep.
Okay.
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 15.
So that fails. So it'll take 5d8.
Okay. It takes that damage, and you can't actually see what happens on the other side of the wall, but you hear a roaring scream as it takes that damage. So minus 21. Okay. It is now Thel's turn. I assume you guys are just fucking bolting.
Yeah, Steve. Fucking giddy up.
Okay. I'd say, yeah, you guys all are able to escape. I think the wall of fire deters this. It already has some quarry. It just does not think whatever was up there is worth it. It's not a smart creature. It knows, survival matters. And you guys escape. Do you go look for Christopher's horse?
What
I
horse?
think, Christopher, you want your horse back?
I'll give it a
Comfy-
cursory glance.
You comfy
though.
riding on this
I'm
Okay,
skipping.
bareback?
make a survival check, Christopher, to see if you can find the tracks to go and find your horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're able to track it exactly, and it even is heading in the direction, because as this thing got on into this valley, like the horse stayed in the tree line heading north like you guys needed to, so it just ends up being on your route as you continue out. And I imagine you guys you ride hard and fast for as long as you can.
Yeah.
So yeah, and since you got that good survival check, like you weren't checking your map, so you were just going based off of I know this way's north. I know that's what she said we have to do. Let's regain our composure later. And you guys escape the frost salamander in the ravine. And it's night. So what do you guys do?
It's nighttime now, you said?
Yeah, you guys ride into the night. Let's see. Yeah, you feel safe.
I'd be down for a little bit of rest. That hurt.
That hurt. What did it take you guys down to?
It took me down to, well, pre-potion. I went from 53 points to 13.
Yeah.
That was just over half. Yeah. So
Yeah, so interesting thing about that creature is that although fire damage does double damage to it, it also immediately recharges its freezing breath.
Oh, interesting.
So
Oh,
and
so that last wall would have done twice that then.
yeah, so it did 42. It took a big chunk of damage, so that's why it wasn't going to pursue.
Extra deterred.
Also, just its regular attacks it makes 5 attacks, 4 with its claws and 1 with its bite.
Jesus,
Yeah.
5.
I had a feeling that was going to be a rough one.
Yeah,
I'm glad we
definitely
we moved
within
out.
something you guys could do, but it recharges that freezing breath on a 6, and if you just get that's one of the hard thing about the breath weapons is like a DC 17 Constitution save, and if it does it twice, it can kill pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
So, anyways, good job. I assumed you guys were going to fight it. It's nice to see you just avoid something.
And
Yeah,
here
half
I was
damage
just
first
I was
hit.
just gonna ride down the ravine like an idiot.
Yes, and yes, very good choice to go up top.
I think that left one though, yeah. the Path of most resistance would have been the best there.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Glad we didn't split up.
Yeah.
that would have been the absolute worst choice.
You guys are just dangling off that cliff, and I'm on the other side, like, hi, good luck.
Okay. I'm gonna grab something to eat real quick.
Yeah.
But
Let's
I
do a
assume you
break.
guys are just bedding down. Yeah, 5-minute break.
I'll be back.
Ooh-wee. Mm. 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 So was field day a success, Jake?
Yeah, it was good. I'm just
Yeah.
my kids are very well behaved.
It's funny when you think like your kids suck, and then to like you're like, oh wow,
Yeah.
there are some turd ass kids in the world.
And I don't think like some of them like obviously have probably some ADD,
Mental, yeah,
ADHD, those types of things that are really
not
hard to
not
manage.
quite diagnosed yet, and
Yeah. Just God bless people that are teachers because
it's
what a
wild.
thankless job.
It's
They don't get
all
paid
we have to do
nearly
is
enough.
complain about them.
Yeah. That was good. I picked the wrong thing to manage, which was the egg race. Poor choice. I chose
That-
poorly.
So August, it's his friend's dad does the coaches soccer for them, and I'm good at a lot of stuff. I can't do it. I had to fill in one day, and I'm like, I am miserable. And I know how I can talk to my son and have results and how he handles things. I can't do that to other people's kids.
Yeah, I was talking to Sally, the soccer coach. I was like, thank you for managing this chaos because I could never. And she's like, oh, I love it. I was like, good on you because this is not easy.
There was a kid not very unsportsmanlike. Like he was going to the other team, and the kid can't even kick the soccer ball. But he run and you look at the other players like, we're beating you 3-0, and give him a thumbs down. And I'm like, man, if I heard that, I would yell. I would have a hard time. Not.
It was like her last game. They were like, there was two dads that were like yelling like for their kid and just being rowdy and obnoxious. And I was like, these kids are 5. And I told Maris, I was like, these are the exact. This is the prime example of the white dudes that people hate.
This is Emilio Estevez's dad from the Breakfast Club. No, this kid he's just so bad, and he's played on a lot of teams with August, and he's just so bad and talks so much shit. I'm like, you are 5. You should not be talking this much shit.
And
His dad must be a real tool.
There's only one place it comes from too, so it's like,
there's only one that is a parental thing.
at like 12, it's like there's a lot of
Yeah,
different inputs.
his dad's a douchebag, is what that means.
Yeah, and by 12 you've had your parental influences plus at that point you have
movies,
friends,
TV, and
all that
shows
stuff.
and stuff. 5, it's like one. Yeah, that's
There is one, and August is just like me, completely silent. Does not say anything good or bad. I'm like, I'm glad he cares like about winning and that, but man, this kid, Oscar.
Fuck Oscar.
He's just so bad at sports and talks so much trash.
a little handout for little like family therapists at the end of the like instead of participation awards, it's like just different.
Yeah, it's like stapled to the bag of orange slices. But one other thing though, Tears of the Kingdom, Jake, is really good.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It is
right over here.
I haven't even beaten Breath of the Wild.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm still playing Breath of the Wild.
And Tears
I
of the
can't
Kingdom
remember
is like
the last time I played a
4
video
times
game.
big.
Like I still haven't finished God of War 3, Ragnarok doesn't have a number.
Yeah, God of War 3 that came out a long time ago. That is probably the most inappropriate video game I have ever played.
That entire series before, like it got like the Norse inspired versions.
Before Dad Kratos came.
Yeah, like it's gnarly.
I read an interesting article about that. It's like the dadification of video games. It's all like the head designers
Well,
of
it's because
major
they're all
video games
dads now.
during the early 2000s, like when it was a bunch of gross, like high schooler, like bad
Early 20s, yeah.
Yeah, all the people are dads now, so their games are like delving into actual themes that we care about.
Yeah,
Like-
well, it's a combination. Those that are developing them have aged, but also the target demographic has aged as well.
Yeah. You have
Oh.
that, and then you have Fortnite for the kids,
Yeah, Fortnite for the kids.
for the shitty kids.
Fortnite
We just got a Modern Warfare, and
forever.
now we have Fortnite.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just cheers.
At least they're nice mostly in Fortnite and just call each other trash cans instead of
Are they? I have
all
no
of
idea. I
the
don't play
slurs
Fortnite.
that were thrown in Call of Duty lobbies in the early 2000s. The horrible, horrible things we all said to each other about each other's mothers. It was a thing.
My favorite is a guy on TikTok who uses a voice changer to pretend that he's a 12-year-old, so he's playing Warzone, and he's
I
very
love that
good.
guy.
Yeah. It's so funny because he'll say things that are just like the most asinine thing, like teamwork makes the dream work. Let's go, and he'll like get like all the kills on a team, and people are like, yo, this little kid is like, he's, like tearing it up.
That's funny. But, yeah. That in August has been playing Super Mario Brothers on our arcade machine, and just also growth of maybe it's a different age. He came out. I'm like, oh, I thought you were playing Mario. He's like, I got too frustrated, so I turned it off. I'm like, whoa, that's a healthy way to play a video game. But I did tell him. I told him, like, I used to get so frustrated. I'm like, if I ever see you yelling at the machine, I will just come and unplug it for you because I've been there.
I mean, yeah, there's multiple games I remember from my early console, like my Sega, my Genesis, and my Game Gear. There's a couple of games I'm pretty sure I never beat as a child because it just couldn't get past certain levels.
Yeah.
It was not a guarantee that you could beat a game back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's super nice about having the arcade machine. I'm like, I get to finish these arcade games that would have cost me $35 to play through. Okay. So, back to this. You guys go to sleep that night?
Mhm.
Fretfully, yes.
Okay. I assume people are taking a watch.
Yeah.
If I have temporary hit points, does that last until like that doesn't go away until I lose them?
False
Does it?
Life should say how long it
Also,
lasts.
let me double check. For the duration. Oh, so an hour. So yeah, okay.
Yeah,
They
so
they go on.
I mean, is False Life a cantrip or is
Oh.
it
No, it's a spell.
Okay.
First level spell.
yeah,
Carrick,
so
do you have a third a spell to cast into my little tiara? I have my headstone thing that I can keep a third level before we go to sleep. Do a long rest and you regenerate your spells. We should charge my stone.
Yeah. Agreed.
yeah, so up to a third level spell you can put in there, whatever you want.
I feel like fireball worked last time.
Yeah. We'll put a fireball in there.
All right.
Okay. I feel that Carrick used more spells not casting them than he's ever done.
You
Yeah.
still have to use it even if you prepare it. Like,
Yeah, if you prepare it and the triggering mechanism doesn't happen, the spell fizzles after.
Oh, and you lose the spell slot too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that much.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
It would have been fine because the first one I prepared was a level 3, so that would have worked out math anyway, but I didn't know that.
yeah. So yeah, you lose your spells if you hold them and don't actually cast them. So
Still a good
for the
choice.
future. The idea being that when you prepare a spell, like you have it, like all the like everything is done. You're just waiting for this one thing. You just can't hold a concentration on storing that magic for more than 6 seconds. So, okay, so you guys wake up, or are you? We're going to take some watches. So whoever's going to take a watch, just roll a perception check.
I could usually take the first.
Okay.
Whoever's on watch, can you see if I go to another dimension?
That's you say that, and that is actually Christopher is more interested in looking at you to see if you disappear than if you actually watching anything. But nothing happens during that first watch. So I'm going to take the second watch.
Sure. Perception.
You do hear kind of movement around you, but nothing approaches during the night. Like you like keep your ears out and just kind of, you can't see a lot. It's dark. It's that northern darkness, but nothing ends up approaching your camp during the night. But you do think that there are definitely some level of beast and creature that live in these forests moving around, more so than just a squirrel running across the ground, like big enough to where you heard it. But I assume that the dome is like blended in, so you feel pretty safe there. Nothing approaches during the night. You just hear things out in the distance. So you guys wake up the next morning. Felix, roll a d20. Who? You're good.
Sweet.
Yeah, so you guys, what do we say? It's about what you think is a day away traveling north. Now being able to, and maybe even during the night, Fel, you look at your map and kind of see like you should head a bit probably a bit northeast, because wherever this, thing is supposed to be is in the center of this kind of wall, and you're just looking for a very flat, like sheer wall of stone against the mountainside that you see about a day out. So, you guys head that way. Whoever wants to kind of lead, probably makes sense though, your map and that. You want to make a survival check to see how, kind of quickly you get there. You are reading the map upside down. And it is about nighttime when you come to the edge of this wall. It's, you're only have 3 horses now as opposed to 4. You're kind of trying to manage all of that. Your poor mule is gone.
Did our mule, did our mule follow us? Because he was just kind of heading along the path, oblivious to
Yeah, we don't know
salamander.
know what happened to him.
Yeah, you don't know what happened to him. Let's roll a d20. If you're above 11,
Nope.
That sound that you heard in the night might have been your mule, but you weren't going to go out and look. I suppose if you guys want to look for the mule, you can have spent part of that day trying to find it. You'll probably lose a day if you want to find the mule.
I say we keep pressing forward.
I don't really care about the mule.
I just like to think, what's the mule or what's the pony's name in Lord of the Rings? Bill the pony. That somehow made it back to the Shire.
Yeah, maybe he'll meet us back somewhere else.
He'll just find him, and he's going to be leading the elk tribe now that they lost half of their numbers. Yeah, so you guys do end up, it is nighttime, but you end up in front of this stone wall, and pretty obvious, like the stone wall is like they said, like completely sheer, like straight up and down, essentially, like very little pockets in it, very, very, like it is a wall of granite, essentially. And as you just kind of follow that, it takes a while because through traveling through the day, you kind of like ended up all the way on one side of it, and now you have to like just follow it until you find the entrance that you know should be there. And yeah, you come up to eventually, like as the sun is setting, it's getting quite cold outside. You come to this entrance that is both simple and grand. An arch in the stone entering into a dark but well-dug tunnel. The words, "Where do you find your strength?" inscribed above the tops. Yeah, there's no barrier here. It's just a kind of almost immediately, like, it's a downward descending tunnel. You would know from here that from what Ungrok told you, that from here would lead to a maze, which would then lead to the forge. So, what do you guys do? It is about nighttime, but do you head in? Do you wait another night?
So it's dark, right? I mean, it's dark. It's in the tunnel, right? Like it's underground.
Yeah, the tunnel is going. It's like just a brief cursory look. It's a dark tunnel that is heading like sloped downwards.
Might as well start in the morning. I've got this excellent recipe that has been going over so well,
You're making it again and again because
I'm making it.
People's plates keep getting cleared so quickly.
People love it. Yeah, this is the keeper. My Kobe moose tartare.
Yeah.
Kobe moose tartare. Yeah.
Does anyone tell him that this thing sucks?
I don't think we can do it.
Just gonna keep going until we're out of Kobe moose, and it's gonna be like an entire moose's worth of little cubes.
little.
It's just like slowly like rotting and just like
it's not getting better over time. Yeah.
Yeah, it is not a recipe that's getting better because the recipe sucked and now the meat's getting worse.
Honestly, I don't know that Herrick would be great at a white lie. I feel like the best that he could do is just not answer the question.
He's speechless in how good it is.
He's speechless in this awe of how good this. Because you said you were making a Wellington, so I don't know what you're using to make the breading. Like, you just have like a sack of flour.
Of course, who doesn't?
That's probably gotten wet, so there's a little bit of mold in it. It's gotten really mealy. It's just wrong situation to be cooking such a dish.
Yeah.
He has found the one waterproof container for his perishables.
No, I like to think that you actually put just loose flour in the bag of holding. So when you reach in and say, "I want flour," you just get a handful of it out.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's it. And just like so, we've like left it open underneath trees. There's like bugs in it and stuff.
Yeah, that's every once in a while you just get a twig in. But but that is your meal until someone tells you differently. Yes, you guys camp at the end of this, right in front of this cave. Fel, the feeling of your gauntlets has only gotten more and more, gotten stronger. It's nothing that's distracting in that. It's kind of a pleasant feeling, but you definitely know you're going on the right direction, and there's just kind of a little bit of excitement from your even the equipment on you. Are you guys taking a watch again, or are you just gonna sleep through the night?
Yeah, we'll do watches. I'll do
Okay.
one of them.
Okay, you can do the first or second watch, up to you.
Or the first watch.
Okay, everyone else kind of beds down. You take your watch.
D20.
I mean, I'll keep an eye on him. I'll keep an eye on Carrick just to make sure he doesn't
Okay.
make me cold again. Just like not a full watch, but just I'm on to him that something's up.
Something's up. So yeah, you just kind of watch and go ahead and roll. Yeah, roll a perception check.
Me or him?
You. Christopher's just watching you as
Okay.
he's preparing the tomorrow's bread. Yeah, you are just you just are looking out and you don't really hear or see anything in the night. Make an intelligence saving throw. Okay, and Christopher, you make a Constitution save to see how long you stayed up before you just dozed off watching him. Kind of as you are dozing off and your eyelids are getting heavy, knowing that I should get some rest, doesn't look like anything, you watch as Carrick swirls and disappears. Carrick, you are like kind of right before this, you feel like kind of a headache, and then that same churn in your stomach, and you are back in a blustery winter sky. Make a perception check. You actually landed, like when you landed, like you tripped and your face went into some snow, and as suddenly as you were there, you are now back in your next to your friends. The bubble's gone, and your head is covered in snow. You did not see anything as you just are suddenly covered in snow again, cold and miserable, and the bubble gone.
I'll call the alarm.
Yes, Christopher wakes everybody up, and you don't really have any more information than last time, but at least Christopher knows for sure you weren't lying.
Just getting like ergot. Is that how you pronounce it? Like
ergot poisoning?
Yeah, we're just from my like fermented wheat.
Yeah, that's why the witch trials happened. They all had ergot poisoning, but people thought they were witches.
That could be a very interesting side thing. But we'll just leave it at that.
But yes, you definitely think that he, or you know that he just disappeared.
Well, yeah, he's gone. Okay, back to sleep.
Make a. I mean, are you more curious about it than that?
Well, that was weird. But
he was gone for maybe 30 seconds.
I don't know. It's confirmed it. I know why he's taking my warmth at bed. I'm just taking my maul to cuddle up with now. That's like my little
it gets off that hand warmer type heat. I guess you got a natural 1. You're just baffled at this point. I was going to give you another roll to try and maybe figure out what might be going on, but no, you got a natural 1. Your head ended up in the snow, and this one actually seems like it might not have happened to you, except for that the snow was there and Christopher saw you disappear. You're like, what
you're arguing it's not actually this time.
Yeah, like, there's no way. No, but you can recast the dome, and does anyone want to take a second watch?
I'll take second watch now that I'm whatever.
I would say you couldn't because you stay. If you want to get the benefit.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah, you are already
use
kind
my-
of up during this first watch, so. $14. Again, Fel, you hear loud stomps, and this is a more of an open field, and you do see off in the distance, like it's dark, but you kind of have like your binocular night vision goggles, kind of turn them on, and you see the salamander like a good distance off, but walking around with its kid. So it's still out there. Doesn't seem to have caught on to you. And the tunnel that you would be going down is way too small for it, but you know that that's still out there. And not that it might be hunting you, but it definitely seems to have followed you the past 2 days.
That's a bad salamander.
I
He's
got
mad that someone built a log of fire that actually probably burned up half of the elk that it had gathered into a pile.
I got a great idea. Is it the morning yet, or?
Yeah, this would be, and that's kind of like what you see, and then they seem to like bed down, like kind of burrow down into the snow and to sleep while the sun's out and it's warm.
So how far can a gray bag of tricks animal go? Can I just send it indefinitely in one direction?
Yeah, and it would just go that direction for
Just-
as long as it exists. Doesn't exist for like 8 hours.
So I know I know there's nothing more irresistible than a Kobe moose. Can I gray bag of tricks my moose onto can I like pack up a gray bag of tricks animal in a like kind of perpendicular direction?
Yeah, like with all of it, maybe. Like maybe we just kind of encourage you to like
I'm
put
gonna
all
do
of
this
the
for you
meat on it.
guys. I'm gonna sacrifice this like gourmet.
Oh no! I can't believe you did that.
Can't do that. No, please stop. Don't.
I mean, we could do this
Um,
for another like 30 days. It's just gonna get better. So like, I want to make sure we're all on the same page on this. So
Okay. Yeah. Roll your gray bag of tricks to see what you're going to strap 20 pounds of moose onto.
all right, giant elk.
Giant elk. Elk on moose on elk and moose. And you just
Just
take that and
off and-
send it off.
yeah.
Is there
Are you
any
sending
like
it directly
explosives
into
or
the-
what can we hook on
What
this
did?
thing?
Yeah, is it just meat? Did you put another mushroom on it? Like what was?
No,
the-
just meat. Just drawing it off the trail. Just a gourmet smell for this.
For the salamander
giant
just
salamander.
off as far as you can go. Do you set it like directly straight?
You know, just like weave around the trees, like obstacle avoidance, I guess.
Okay, so yeah, so it's not going to go walk on top of these salamanders.
No, it's going perpendicular to like if wherever the salamander is, I want it to go.
So they would be directly south of you about.
Okay. So I'm sending
So-
it west, I guess.
Okay. It heads out that way to some effect. I
Sorry,
don't
guys.
know what you would roll this to see what happened for your distraction. Here.
So like a morale roll.
Yeah,
How much I've
No,
lost.
it's you don't know if it worked. There's no way that you could possibly know if this worked, but I know if it works. So, you send that off, kind of eat your breakfast, and you are standing in front of this tunnel.
Let's still get the fuck out of here.
So, do you start heading down the tunnel?
You know it.
Okay. So as you go down along the walls, there are carved, like, kind of pictographs telling stories of it's not even really stories, they're just like symbolism of Cord and Bahamut. So just to solidify more that you are in the right thing, it shows them in battle, kind of when Cord was fighting Lolth in the barbed fields, when Bahamut was fighting against Asmodeus and Grumsh in Isilra. There's kind of these big, like, carved pictures of kind of glory of their past fights and conquers. Not conquer, but their defense of the good people of Exandria against the gods that sought to destroy them. And this goes down for about 2 miles. And starting at about mile 1, you all notice that a small amount of fog, like a thick mist, just kind of starts at your toes. And as you continue going down this slope, it keeps getting higher and higher and higher, kind of like you're going down through, like walking into the ocean, essentially, but of fog. And it comes down that until you are eventually surrounded by fog, and you reach a T intersection. You can't see, like, even with dark vision type things, you can't see much more than 20 feet in front of you in this fog, and anything like even that, it's pretty obscured. You can tell there's, like a wall as you get there. There's a wall, there's something hanging on the wall, but you reach this T intersection, and that's where you're at. 1 second. Whoop. This is where you're at.
That's a black rectangle.
What?
That's a black
It's a black. Oh, okay.
I mean, makes sense if we're all lost in fog, but
There's a way that I can. Okay. I'm going to put you all on here, but I ask that you let me do the moving.
Okay.
Just because that will probably be easier. Or actually, 1 second. Let me do have fun. Can you undo that? Can you see now?
a little bit.
I see one little bit.
Yeah, one little person representing Stell's token, but
Yep.
that represents your group.
Okay.
So,
All right. Should we do a go left sort of thing in this maze?
This is Bell's gig. I think he should tell us. Where's your god taking us, dude?
I double checked the map. It ends just finding this, right? Like it
it ends
doesn't.
finding this, and there was a sentence that says, "Let the light of justice guide your way through chaos," and then a blank second half of a map.
The light of justice.
Kind of as you pull this map out and are looking at it, the rest of you can notice there is a plaque on the wall in front of you that says prove your will, and that's it.
I'm just gonna skip trying to solve things and just go to instinct. I'm just gonna make a little blasting powder. Like I want to breadcrumb it, but not something that can get swept up. So I'm gonna just burn some things in the start, just on the floor, just little sign.
Okay, so like a
something
permanent burn mark on the floor.
Yeah, permanent burn mark signifying like start of the maze.
Yep. There's a. Yeah, there's a small burn mark on this immaculate stone floor.
Damn right. We can mess some stuff up.
I mean, I assume, Fel, you've told people about the second part of this map, so it's not something you would have to figure out if you wanted to do something. Other people could do something as well, so.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I've talked to the group about it. I
so.
don't have a spell. I don't. I've rubbed my holy object on the bottom part of the map just to see. I assume didn't do anything.
No, it didn't do anything.
Like I got nothing else to try, so I guess we'll go left.
Okay.
Let's go.
Anyone else want to try anything with this map?
Move your will.
And then the map says
I'm gonna squint really hard.
you're gonna sweat really hard.
Squint.
Oh, squint really hard. There is nothing there.
Yeah, I don't see anything, dude. Let's go left.
Okay. Well, what do you guys do? You have your kind of starting point marker. Which way do you head?
Let's go left.
Okay. You start going left.
Is there anything for us to light on the way?
You don't see anything like you see like a sconce on the wall or that.
Yeah.
No.
Or is it just darkness the entire way?
It is just, and it's not even dark. It's just like foggy. It's not like you're in pitch blackness and fog. It is just like a foggy day on like the marine layer almost of when you're down on the beach. When it's that like super dense fog, but still light outside.
Gotcha. Okay.
However, you do get to the end of this way going left, and there's a small pedestal holding a lantern on it.
I
Does
go.
Justified light?
I walk up to it, and I initially I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna pick this up, but then I'm kind of like, wait a minute. Should I just rip this off this pedestal? Does anybody have any type of detect spells or traps type things?
I mean, I have detect magic.
Yeah, you can cast detect magic if you want to. But you have to do it as a ritual, or do you have it prepared?
It would have to be a ritual. I don't have it prepared.
Yeah, so you guys can wait 10 minutes as Carrot kind of detects the magic on this lamp and this pedestal, and the lamp is magical. It's radiating off. You do think that it is not just like arcane school, it is more of a divine type magic that is.
Is it currently lit, or it's just
it is
a
unlit.
lantern that's unlit? Okay.
It is lit?
It is unlit.
It's unlit. Got it.
All right, I pick it up.
You pick it up, and the moment you pick it up, it lights up.
Ooh. And I pointed at my map.
Okay, you pointed at your map, and as you pointed at the map, guess what happens? You see the second half of the map.
Nice.
And it looks like this.
What in the shit?
Oh, Jesus.
So
3 paces north, 2 paces left. 2 paces north. That's what's looking
Head
like to
forth,
me.
not in haste. Not is H.
that is the map that you get. But the lamp is continuing to shine, and I'll say even now, that lamp is why you can see as much as you can. It kind of like billows the fog away from you, where at least in that small section you can actually see non-obscured. So, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna curse.
Is there anything behind
I'm just
the
gonna.
pedestal, like beyond it, that we can tell, or is it like the end of?
Nope. I forget. I can move you through walls. So, no, it is. If you go around it, I make an investigation check to see if you find anything else. Nope. There was a lamp here. So.
We.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
some
go.
walls, or
I'm gonna
what?
go back to the entry and the initial like inscription and shine the lantern at it just to see if there's anything else unveiled.
Underneath, and now that you have this lantern to kind of look at it, it's not even on the plaque, it's underneath the plaque is a etched in like arrow to the right.
All right, let's go to the right.
Yeah. Okay. Slowly but surely move. Funny. You're now presented with an intersection. Moving up, there's a way going up and a way going to the left.
Well, I shall stride forth, not in haste, to the left.
Okay. You come to a corner, there's now a opening to your left and on your right. Which way do you go?
Like a true game show host. Which door would you like to see?
Which door would you like to go?
Left one, right?
And then then there's 3 hashes on the next straight arrow. So I guess 1, 2, 3. Take the third branch.
So
I don't know if you can see my little. Like that.
You want to go that way?
That one maybe.
As you try to walk to the left, you run into a barrier.
I interpret this as go straight either 3 times or 3 paces is how I'm interpreting this map. So you went left and now you go straight. And then you
okay, so like this one. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
That's how I'm interpreting the map.
And I will say, just because of how I had to build the map to make tokens look correct, if that is your assumption, you would assume that a 10-foot square is a pace.
So each one of these are you counting those as 5 or 10?
It's 5. So like every time I move, if you move up 2, that is 1 pace.
Okay, got it. Cool. But does that make sense? That's why I think that there are like multiple marks.
Yeah.
So it's
like
no, I'm with you there. Yeah.
6 squares forward, right?
So it'd be 6 squares forward.
Another 3.
Mm-hmm. You're in a situation now where there's only one direction to go.
Yeah. Let's go 4.
squares that way. Oh, just still another. All right. 2 squares to the north, sir.
Wait. Yeah.
Okay. Left.
I think the other thing, if it's like got none, I just assume it's just go all the way. So like the first one, like go all the way to the left, which is where you found the lamp. Well, I guess not, because this was wrong. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah.
We're doing great.
Keep following the path.
Okay, so you go to the left. You are in a dead end.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna just knock on the wall to our left or down, whatever it is.
To down and to
Down.
your left is a solid wall.
Not just down, just straight down.
Yeah. So straight down from where you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a solid wall.
No, man. I'm gonna rage and punch a wall. 'Cause I
You
thought
punch a
got it.
wall.
I'm taking one rage.
Yeah, to punch a wall. Make an attack roll against the wall.
Yeah. It's just strength or what?
Yeah, just make a strength-based attack roll. You deal 5 points of damage to a solid wall.
I'm gonna go in the back of the line now.
So how many arrows have we done?
You would be on
The far left, the 2 ticks with the left on the first row.
The second 2 ticks, and then the
One, two,
first,
three.
the
So
next
you would
arrow
be
with no
the
hash.
first up arrow without
The
ticks.
first up there. Is there anything above us?
Like up,
Like
or
up?
no, there it is. You can tell that all the tunnels are very well carved, and maybe I guess with your lamp you would know about 12 feet up.
Can I climb up the wall? How is the wall like? Does it have any kind of holdings, or is it like sheer?
It's pretty sheer, much like the wall that was outside, that sheer wall of the like entrance. It's quite sheer, pretty unmarked, and you could try and climb it. You could like get into a corner.
Nah,
and-
it's fine. If it's
Yeah.
sheer, I'm not gonna try. But you said the
I'll take
left
a
and
little jump.
left and the bottom, like as far as like the top down perspective, left and bottom is
blocked, but straight like going forward is not blocked.
I mean, it's a solid wall, but
I think you said left and down. Maybe
Oh,
I
sorry.
misheard you.
I've still got a minute of raging. Can I punch each side of the wall, like a left and a front?
so that one and
Left
that one
and
you know
top.
are solid. You have not checked this
Oh.
one. I know that's kind of, if you're thinking from where their perspective, think of everything from a top down perspective right now, not how you would actually think in. I'm not that smart now that I realize it. Yes, if you punch all 3 walls around you, the one to the north, you fall straight through.
Damn right.
So, that moves the walls. So you can fall straight through here.
All right.
How did we fall?
Not fall, but you can pass through this solid wall.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, and
Now
as
we
you
go.
come through, can you guys see a green circle on the floor?
No.
Nope.
Okay. As you walk through, or to your left, or and top down to your left, you see a hole in the ground that seems to have been burrowed up from underneath. It's not huge. It's probably like if you wanted to jump down it, you guys could probably fit, but not much more than that could fit through it. And it looks unlike the everything around it. This is very like roughly hewn. Looks like something tunneled through versus sculpted. So But you are.
I have a trap. I think I can just set.
Yeah,
near it.
if you want to set a hunting trap right outside of it, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
And then,
way
yeah,
do
it
you
should
go?
be 3 notches, so 6 squares to the west.
Okay.
And then down, yeah, one to the south, so 2 squares to the south.
Once again, there is you're kind of in a corner. There's a pathway to your right, or top down right, and that's it.
I want to feel the wall to our west.
To your west, your hand passes through a wall.
Nice. Let's walk on through there.
So
Yep. And then to the south.
I think you guys have figured out the puzzle.
What? Yeah, to the
So
right.
if you just tell me
2
the direction,
squares.
I will assume that you guys know how far to go at this point.
Okay, yeah, to the right.
Thank God we don't have to get this one in the second row. This is like 5 or 8. Who knows how many lines we put on there?
It is 8, and it's the most ridiculous line I've ever drawn in my life.
It looks
To
like
the-
you know when you start writing something big and then you get to the like you're getting to the end of the page, you're like, oh shit, I'm not gonna fit this. Smaller,
It's
smaller.
exactly what it was. The fact that I got this, and I think I screwed up one of them, and I somehow figured out how to undo it to make it. Oh no, there's a part of this map that is just totally wrong, so I just went and changed the map instead of rewriting it.
So
Anyway,
we
so you
went
want
to
to go
the
down
down,
north?
went to the right. Yeah, to the north, to the east, to the south,
Another wall.
through the wall to the east, to the south, way to the east, to the south.
To the south. To the south.
I'm not gonna make you sage this one because this is an S snake that goes on forever. If anyone can tell me what game this maze is from, I will give them $100.
3D cube or whatever was it? The 3D maze. That's my guess.
No.
Nope.
Battle toads. Just kidding. I don't think there's
No.
any.
Honestly, I don't think I ever even really played this game with you, Chris. Like, this is from my childhood, but something I would like play with my grandpa. So,
What's it called?
called A Fool's Errand.
Hey.
It's an old mat game that had like 26 puzzles, and then all of those puzzles, after you solved them, gave you a tile of a map, and then you built the map to get to the final puzzle. And I specifically remembered this maze, so that's why it is being used.
Remember some weird ass games on that weird ass old Mac in your
That old
thing?
Mac had some wild stuff on it.
That was some. Yeah.
The
Okay.
weird doctor game that we're pretty
Yeah.
sure we were looking at a boob.
Yeah, and it didn't matter if it was a male or a female, right?
Like we couldn't.
the same
Like you just
thing.
looked at it, you're like, I think that's a nipple. But and we always killed the patient because it's like just gave you medical tools to do a surgery and didn't give you any other instruction.
We killed a lot of people in that game. Yeah. Just trying to see a nipple.
Just to see a nipple. Okay, anyway, so I imagine you guys want to go up.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna move you guys through this since we kind of know the conceit. But is there anything that you want to do as you guys move through the maze? or are you just trudging along?
I'm just cheering on Phil. You got it, buddy.
You've got it. He's got a map and a lantern, like the stereotypical explorer picture.
Yeah, I just keeping in mind not in haste, so I'm not doing too fast, but I'm just like deliberately checking every intersection of the map and
I'll keep a lookout on behind us just because of that burrow thing.
Yeah, make a perception check. Yeah, and with your deliberate pace, probably at this point, you guys have been walking through this maze for at least an hour, if not longer. Because, as easy it is to see here, you do think like there's a ton of fog around you. You really have to like check and like make sure as you get to some of these intersections, like, oh, did we walk too far? Did we not? So it is taking a while. You don't hear or see anything, Christopher. As you do pass this, you see another one of these bored out holes.
I think I have 3 traps to set, so...
Okay, so you set another trap
second
there.
one. Yeah.
I imagine you set it on the, in this way, the south side of it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you guys just continue moving on. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. You pass another hole.
Last trap.
Okay. And at this point, when you get to here, the wall has crumbled. And following your map, let me see where you would be. You would be on the 4th row down. Yep. 4th row down, the one with 4 slash marks on it, heading downwards. But as you would know, and about what you've kind of put together, what the pace that you have to go is that you should be moving one more down, but it is completely a collapsed rock wall in front of you. There is a way to go to the east, but that's kind of where you're at right now.
When we see around the collapse tunnel, or is it like just completely filled in with rubble?
It's completely filled in with rubble. You not quite sure how far. It looks like it fell from the west side over, not from the top down. Kind of like it shoved in there. So maybe there's like a tiny clearing in the top left corner, but not much. So.
Can I peek my head in the clearing? Can I see anything, or is it pure fog?
And that is kind of all that you can see, is that there is fog on the other side. So it's not something you can.
Yeah.
Like, you think that like it would take a while, but you could maybe move enough rocks to get through. But it'll take a while to clear the rubble. Yeah, so you kind of have that, and then passageway to your right as well, or to the east, I should say. What y'all doing? Yeah, I guess I would say from looking at the map, you would think that you needed to go down like another, 20 some odd feet down this hallway is probably like where your next direction to go would be.
Well, we kind of have two options. We either see if we can get back onto the same path in a different way going around this thing, but we could end up lost if we're not careful, or we try to move all this shit.
I want to pick up some stuff and see how much shit there is. Let's get some rocks out of the way.
Okay, make an athletics check.
My premium skill.
Working at 10 is average human. This is going to take a couple hours. So
I'll throw in mine too.
yep. So go ahead.
Potato bombs. Blasting powder.
With a 25, you would probably be down to, you think that, and I'll just say, just as a group, you could probably get through this in about an hour and a half. But you are running a risk of maybe exhausting yourselves. So
We got some elk powder, so we're good.
you can just spray that elk powder on your arm, and so yeah, you
We
guys
just
start
keep
clearing.
a watch, rear guard, and dig away.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't the strong boys do it, and then I'll cast a mage hand to help. That way I don't
I
exhaust
get
myself.
5 pounds of rocks at a time.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's fine.
That's a decent sized rock.
Yeah, that's bad.
You're like the guy that's like sweeping behind them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, Carrick, I don't know if you have anything you want to do separate, or if you're gonna help, but at least then, if they're exhausted, we have powder to.
I mean, I also have mage hand, if that's the right.
Hell yeah!
So.
I love this idea so much. It's so funny to think about the big boys chucking rocks, and we just have 2 magic, and we're just kicking back.
Okay. You guys are all working pretty diligently. I'll let either Felix or Carrick. Are either of you? I guess are you guys more focused on clearing this out, or is people watching your back?
I think we're kind of keeping an eye out. Half.
Okay, so I will say you guys alternatingly make a perception check with disadvantage.
The best, or
First,
one of us?
Carrick.
Okay.
So this is, you're going to make one for each 20-minute segment. You're having a grand time not doing work. Now it is you, or here, hold on. Oofa doofa. Okay. Now we'll go to. So you're 20 minutes in. Now let's get one from Felix.
Perception disadvantage.
Perception disadvantage. Yeah.
Snap.
Wow. An 18 and a 19. That's pretty good. You hear some clicking and movement of things to the north. It's very faint, but in these dead silent halls that you've been through, it is distinct that like as you've been walking through, all that you've been able to hear is kind of your own footsteps, and now you hear like the moving of rocks. This sounds like more like it's like while you hear it while the guys are taking a break as they're moving the rocks. Like it sounds like rocks are moving even though nothing's being moved because you're like taking a quick water break. And you
about how much time do you think we have left based on when I checked?
You probably about 40 minutes.
40 minutes left.
Yeah, to clear out. You think that like maybe you would be able to squeeze through, but there's absolutely no way that Thel or Christopher would be able to squeeze through this hole.
Okay. Well, could I relay that to them that I could squeeze through, me or Carrot could squeeze through and scout ahead? But I did hear some things, and we might want to be careful, keep a lookout behind us.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me do that. And I need to roll this again. Let's go over here. Always drag and drop things, and then never know if they actually show up because it takes a minute. One more try. There we go.
So we have Felix with the message earring. You can just like sneak in, see what's up there, if it's worth it, and just come back.
Yeah.
To,
yeah, he can
report
he
back.
can sneak through pretty easily.
I mean, we still had a bit of the map to go through, though, so I don't know how much he's going to see right away.
I know.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if we want to like split up for no real obvious reward.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna warn them that I heard some. I think I heard some stuff. I'm gonna stop my mage hand and keep a watch. To warn people if I notice anything coming.
Okay.
Which might slow us down by another 20 minutes or something, but
yeah, negligible slowdown because you were using your little mage hand to like put a cold compress on their head. Okay, so another 20 minutes goes by and make now it's to you, Carrick, make another I'll actually say feel like you just make a straight perception check, and Carrick, you can make one with disadvantage. Unless, Carrick, are you continuing to help, or are you turning around and watching?
I probably keep helping, so I'll do another disadvantage one.
Okay. Look at that. Carrick, you don't hear it, but Felix does. Is kind of, maybe moves a bit further back and really listens. You hear like a very quick clicking, like stone on, or like feet on stone, but it sounds like a lot of feet on stone.
Does it sound like anything I've heard before?
Make a nature check.
Let's see. Nature, where are you? N.
15. You would know this is either a lot of people or a couple things with a lot of legs. So.
Okay, I'm gonna make a guess.
But I would say with a 15, you would think like, oh, it definitely can't be a spider because they're pretty quiet. This thing is something hard and chitinous if it has multiple legs, or it's a small group of soldiers. Let me roll that. Ooh. Okay.
Don't have any kind of protective spells or any kind of protective items.
Yeah, and this is loud enough to where you're like, oh shit, this is close.
Can I would like to take out the immovable rod.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to go back and set it up to where it's blocking people's feet if they were running, and potentially trip them. And we will get it on the way back.
Okie dokie. So just because we don't have tokens for everybody, you move up here to like kind of set in this intersection, and you see 4 weird, like 4 to 6-legged. I don't even know how to describe these things. If you want to look up what a picture of it, look up Kruthik. A Kruthic.
Those were some random ass letters.
Hmm?
Those were some random letters.
So I would describe this as the bugs from
Spaceship Troopers.
Yeah, Starship Troopers.
Spaceship Troopers. I like that. I like
It's a reptile spider.
Spaceship Troopers.
All right, I'm gonna.
You see that? You I feel.
I think when I see that, I'm gonna go back and be like, we gotta go.
Yeah, you set that thing and turn around and prepare yourself. You guys still probably have 10-15 minutes of rocks to move. But I'll let you both, like, if you want to try and speed up and go faster, roll an athletics check and see how you do.
Yeah.
Or if there's something else you want to do instead of. Okay.
In this, I just start punching with my gloves.
Yes, and they are like that electric hum. You feel like maybe it's not totally more powerful, but you are just crushing rocks. You are literally punching a boulder about that big and like cracking it into gravel. As you're like, why was I moving rocks? I could have just been punching them. And I'll say you guys are able to make your make the hole big enough right as the little clickers come around the corner. I'm going to give them did you plant your rod?
Yes, I did, and we'll get it on the way back.
They are going to make 2 dexterity saving throws to see if they trip over a rod.
At this point, like, I can we say like retcon and say I think I assumed that it was like an insect and not people because it was clicking and not like sounding like boots or anything.
The 15
so
was
rather than like trip, can we like clothesline him?
Okay. Yes, it clotheslines. The one of them fails absolutely miserably. So these 2 get up to you kind of like right as you are, and these 2 get blocked as one of them gets clotheslined and the other one's kind of tangled up. But right as you guys are kind of able to move through the hole in the wall, they get up to you. So is there anything you want to do, or are you just leaning?
I want to do. I got this horn of blasting I want to do. But I don't know if
Okay.
we need initiative
Well, that's
for
good.
that.
Hell yeah.
No initiatives needed right now. You turn around and you're the last one to go through. I will say that the two people in the back, these as you guys are.
I want to
running
wait
through-
for everybody to get behind. I want to be behind.
Yeah,
So
so you're like ushering people through as Bell is just kind of like pulverizing the last couple rocks, like kind of like punching his way through and crawling, like a one-man boring tunnel. And but the two do get an attack of opportunity on Thel and Carrot. That's a 19. So no matter what their bonus is, that's going to hit you, Carrot. I'll just give you the full number in case you want to use shield or something. That's a 24 to hit.
24, yeah, 24 definitely hits. So would it even make sense to do shield if I'm like running away?
It's up to you. But
I mean, honestly, it
do
doesn't
you
matter
think you
because
would
I
try
think
to
even if
shield
I
yourself if you were running away.
so even if I did shield and it worked, it still wouldn't be enough. So
Yeah, I shouldn't have told you the full number, but
yeah.
anyway. See. And the other one's a natural 20 against you, Felix. So you guys, Felix, you take 9 points of damage as one of these things lifts up its like big forearm and just like kind of stabs down into you. It kind of like punctures into the side of the fatty tissue on the side of your hip. And then Carrick, you take 7 points of damage.
Can I hellish
As-
rebuke against this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
He gets a dexterity saving throw and use charisma or whatever your saving is. So
Dexterity.
Man, did he just roll way better against me?
yeah,
That's crazy that like his the nat 20 was like still almost the same amount of damage.
yep.
How much
It
damage
was-
did I take again? You said 9?
Yeah, you took 9 points of damage. And your hellish rebuke does 12 points of damage. It failed its save, and it is immediately, the one that attacked you is immediately incinerated and crumbles to the ground. But the other one is right behind you. But you, at this point, all four of you are able to get through the hall. Do you want to play your horn of blasting?
No, they seem weak enough. I thought they were going to be worse.
I'm
This-
going to say you said that's what you
yeah,
wanted
that's
to
fine.
do.
I'm going to do
and
it.
Given this is all happening at the same time, retconning
Yeah, I'll do it.
based off of it dying quick.
Yeah, that's good. That's fine.
Yeah, so go ahead and play your horn.
How do I do that? It's DC
I think they just all
15.
make Constitution saving throws, right?
Yeah, DC 15 Constitution.
Okay, so there's 3 of them that would be within range. They all fail.
All right, 5d6. That was.
They are all dead.
Ugh, 2
They
ones.
all explode.
And now I need a 20%
Roll a
chance.
D100, and we upped it because the last time you did almost cracked it. So on a 25 or lower, the horn shatters. Horn is just fine. Yeah, so there's that. But playing this horn, you definitely know, like, it is echoing in every single direction through these marble hallways. So, and then let's roll a d20. 8, which gives us gold. Okay. What do you guys start doing?
This would have been awesome holding the ground against that salamander. Like if I was like going through like Last Stand, Fire Day, like blowing up 10d6 fire damage.
Yeah.
Just going in a blast of fury.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys are now on the other side of this wall. Unless you want to loot the corpses.
Well,
Yeah,
we
I
probably have
do.
to come back this way, so maybe.
Yeah, no.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't
well.
know. They might be gone by the time we come back. So
I'm gonna go get the rod.
Okay, you take the time to go get the rod. As you do that, you are definitely able, with your passive perception, to hear more of the clicking coming from that same direction.
Okay. I'm just gonna let them know.
And it sounds
More clickers.
It sounds like there's a lot.
Lots of clicker dudes.
So you guys start running. So at this point, I'm not going to just move you along the map. You guys have to read it and tell me which way to go as fast as you can.
Okay.
You
I don't
are
know
at the
what
very
that
end
is.
of that 4-line down one.
Where's the map? I don't even see it anymore.
Yeah, I closed
there
it
it
out.
is. It's in
Oh.
the list of
it's in the
tokens.
handouts. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so just say Forge map.
Okay, so second to last
Oh,
line with the
second
4
to
notches
last
down.
row, you are just at the end of that one that says down 4.
Okay, so we go to the west 2 squares, to the south 2 squares, to the east 6, 8, 10 squares, the north 2,
Okay, 1 second.
east 2, north 2, east 2. Just
1 second. Let me just throw something on here. Where are we at now?
South 2.
As you guys get there, a much larger version of the monster that you just saw is standing, and it jumps out. What was your guys' marching order?
I'm in front.
Okay, you're in front.
I'll take back. Yeah.
Okay, so front, back, and then the 2 others. 1 second. I move some stuff. Okay, Fel, you take a 15 is not going to hit you, and a 14 is not going to hit you. So you're running up, but there is a larger version of that exact same creature standing in front of you. What do you guys do? It has taken its attack, and I will just assume we'll go marching order of whoever wants to do things. So, Fel first. I think you guys can just keep running. You can stop and fight, whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing at it with my sword a couple times.
Okay, make 2 attack rolls. That hits. That also hits, and so what is that? 16 or 20 plus 9, 29 points of damage. This thing, you cleave off one of the legs as it tries to stab you with it, and it's standing on 3 legs, looking incredibly rough. That brings it to then whoever was second turn.
It's me or Carrick.
Yeah.
Interesting.
for it.
Okay.
I was just clicking stuff. Sorry.
No problem.
So I guess we're fighting. So I'm just gonna firebolt it.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Typical Carrick firebolt.
Carrick should just cast Firebolt.
Yeah.
He should not cast any other spell. You always get at least one max damage roll. Not quite. That was 2 8s, not a 10 and a 6. But you swing as Fell comes down with his sword severing the leg. You fire your bolt straight into that exposed like hole, and the thing immolates from the inside. There's that. Christopher, from the back, you hear that loud amount of clicking, and now that you can hear it, you know that it's getting pretty close. These things seem to be able to navigate these tunnels better than you can based off of your map, and like having to like still like stop and like think about it. These things are gaining on you.
Too bad we all don't have boots of spider climbing. We could just get on the roof.
That would be fun.
See it.
Okay, so which way are you going?
2 squares to the east.
Okay.
4 squares to the north.
Okay, 1 second.
Four squares to the west. Then 4 to the north. 2 to the east. 2 to the south. 2 to the east. 4 to the north. Oh, I just clicked. It disappeared. Hold on. 2 to the east. Or sorry, 2 to the west. 2 to the north.
As you come to that third in the west,
Oh, what in the fuck? Oh my.
another one appears. You guys can make
Is this the biggest one we've seen?
this is so the first
It's
you
the
realized were
mommy.
babies. This looks the second one you thought might be a mama, and this is the daddy Cuthrick. And you see it's like as you're doing this, it is like head is just popping out of the hole that you see on the ground. And make whoever is at the front, everyone just roll an initiative check to see if you guys go first, or if any of you guys beat that, then we'll start from that order. And if it beats, it has to beat a 22, which means it needs to get a natural 20 probably. 1 second, open up that. It gets a 17 plus 3, a 20. So no, Christopher, you go first, even though you're in the back. You are the one that notices as it is popping out of the ground. So it's you first, then it, and then we'll start just from the top.
We'll do a rage and let's see, just come and like Happy Gilmore it.
Okay,
with
you run
my
up and take
maul.
your swing at it.
Reckless too. So
Okay, with advantage. That does not hit.
nuts.
Try again. That does hit, so you're able to splash the fire or this maul, and you do see like that this is the first time that you've really hit something since you stuck it into the fire and kind of unlocked a bit of its potential, and you see it like fire come out of that central orb in the center and singes the side of this monster as you take a big swing and crack one of its plates on its side. That then gives it its turn. So what was that? How many turns was that? 19? 17. It looks at you and it's still like body is almost only half out. So as it's crawling out, it sprays this thing of acid that hits all of you. Yeah, it would hit. I guess it would actually hit. Now in the back would be. No, it would hit all of you because there's no one in the 20 feet away. Everyone make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, mine teetered on 19 and then went to 1 on the fake die animation, so that's fun.
Two nat ones is not good.
I have
Whoa!
I'm still waiting for Chris. Don't get a nat 1. That would be bad. Bad omen.
I just got 10 with advantage. So
Hold on. Let me. How much? I forget how much I have to roll.
Wait. Aren't we all in my aura? Doesn't that do something?
Yeah, so everyone gets a +3 to that. So nope, but the DC is 14, so it doesn't quite get Christopher there. Everyone takes 12 points of damage, except for you, Felix. You only take 6, as this acid sprays against you. That brings it to Thel. Your turn.
Oh, that's not what I wanted, but kind of what I wanted. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna slash at it.
Yep, that hits.
Let's do a divine smite on that one.
Okay.
And then another swing.
That second one does not hit as you come down with the second strike, but that first one, like, it blows off one of the legs that you see, like, unlike, like, it almost like has more appendages weirdly than the other ones. Like, it grew one after birth, and it takes that damage and is now fully out of its out of its hole. That's minus, how much was that? 25, 26. It's still looking pretty sturdy, but quite surprised by the amount of damage it's taken so quickly, which brings it to Felix's turn.
I'm just reading something real quick. This green flame you can cast cantrips as a bonus action? Or does
It would be as an
explicitly
action.
say?
So
Okay.
green flame blade you would cast, but I think a part of green flame blade allows you to immediately take an attack after you cast it.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird.
It is your action, but you can still take an attack after it. 1 second. Yeah, you essentially
So I can
coat the
attack.
blade and take your attack.
Okay, that's what I would like to do.
Okay, yeah. So make an attack roll, and is this at? So it'd be at. That's a cantrip, unless you're casting it at.
I'm casting it as a cantrip.
Okay. So. Yes, that hits. So 7. Roll the extra d8. Wait.
D8. Spell casting modifier.
Wait.
Not a 5th level, so I don't get the D8.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying. I'm just looking at. radius. Method 36 11 you can cause green flame to the target feature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of it. Okay, yeah, you are the 5th level warlock. Or
I'm a first level warlock.
you're a 2nd level warlock.
Second level warlock. Sorry.
Yeah. So it has this green flame circling around it as it takes that damage. Oh, you would get sneak attack though.
Wood. Sweet.
Yes. So
And
kind
then
of like
plus my spellcasting modifier, which I believe is wisdom.
mm-hmm.
Is it
No,
wisdom or
charisma.
Charisma. So +1.
Okay. Yeah. So it takes
So
8
plus 14
is
22.
22. This thing's looking very rough as the 2 big guys come down with their hammers, and then you kind of like skewer in from the side, lighting it a flame. This thing looks like it's surprised. Probably other things that it has encountered in here have not been quite as formidable as you guys. That makes it Fell's turn, or Carrick's turn.
Firebolt.
Fireball right up the butt.
Right up the butt.
Doesn't hit. Amazingly, the firebolt didn't hit, and it whizzed by as it kind of like ducks back down into its hole as it's been surprised by this. At this point, you are in the back, Carrick, as one second. There we go. As 3 of these technically get into range and are going to attack you in the back, Carrick.
Uh-oh.
That is a hit and 2 misses.
I'm gonna use my ancestral protectors to reduce the damage.
Okie dokie. Roll that as
2d6.
roll 2d6. Yeah, roll your 2d6.
There you go. You're welcome. It's like the first time I've remembered this. There you go. That's what I get for forgetting this long.
You caught your ancestral guardians off guard. They weren't expecting you to remember, so
Yeah.
they half-assed
You
it.
take 8 points of damage. Or no, 5 points of damage after the reduction. As there are now 3 of the small clickers behind you. One more is going to pass through and will hit. Let's see who it'll hit. It'll hit Felix. That's a 6. I'm either getting natural 20s or single digits. Okay, that brings it to its turn. It is seeing its back up, it's not going to use its acid spray again. It is just going to stab at the 2 people hitting it. So it's going to first attack you, Fel, and get a 5. So that's not a hit. And then against Christopher, it's a 17 plus 5. So, or plus 6. So yeah, it hits. And you take 10 plus 4 is 14, have 7 points of damage. And now it is back to Fel's turn, or Christopher's turn. We switched the initiative just slightly. You would be able to hit either the big guy or one of the little guys behind you.
Yeah, we're doing the big guy.
Okay, make your 2 attacks. Reckless.
Reckless, yep. I don't have any armor, so it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna get hit anyway.
That is a miss.
Nuts.
Second attack.
Yeah.
That's a big boy hit. So you miss that first one, and then you come down with your like just groundhogging it, like whack-a-mole. There we go. As it's popping out of this hole, kind of like it's pseudo retreating, trying to get some cover, and you deal, how much is that? 12, 16, 22, 24 points of damage. Okay, I was just making sure it added your that other thing that you get for being an orc. Yes, it is looking about like its jaw is broken. It's like that acid is kind of drooling out. It doesn't even look like it might be able to spit it anymore, but still slightly up, and that brings it to Fell's turn.
Let's see. So I will use my Volt Edge Lightning Bolt back. I kind of step to the south wall and aim it, at a line that would hit like all of the ones I can see, and shoot a lightning bolt out of it at them.
Okay, how wide is the lightning bolt?
60 feet long, 5 feet wide.
Okay, I would say you can hit all but one of them, probably, and how you would have to angle it.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage, and I'll see if I even have to roll saves.
4d6.
Nice, I'll do that for roll saves. What's the DC?
DC 15. Dexterity saving throw.
That's 3 2s. They all fail, and they all die. So, now much more cleared out. That brings it to Felix's turn.
So those dudes hanging out.
Just
I'm
just barely by a thread.
I'm gonna swing at it again.
Okay,
See if I get another good hit.
just barely
Wow,
hits.
is
Go
that
ahead and
the
get
same.
the attack
That's
though.
the same exact thing almost. Well,
Yeah.
same attack. So what's that? 13.
That's really bad sneak attack damage, but it had 13 hit points.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So as the jaw's broken, you just kind of stab the dagger into the top of its head, and it is dead now. There is.
I'm sick of these motherfucking Kurthix in this motherfucking temple.
It is dead. However, so now it's Carrick's turn. There is one more of these Kurthix, like little guys, hitting you, but from where you are, you can hear a ton more, kind of coming down. This is very much like Spaceship Troopers. But, so
Should we just like keep running and blast as we go, or
Could have put up another flame wall.
I could,
behind
yeah.
us.
That's a.
I guess that only lasts for a minute, so maybe not.
Yeah, and
No, it's
then
a helpful.
yeah, and that's a level 3 spell, so or a level 4 spell. So that is like a very
Oof.
limited resource.
Yeah.
And these guys haven't been too bad so far.
Yeah, that's
They're
right.
more annoying than anything else.
Yeah.
Like we just
Yeah.
went from that salamander to these guys, and it's very much like what's at the end of the tunnel. This is very much conservation of resources. Then
All right. So I guess we're just like I'll just shoot some fire bolts, but I think we should be running.
yeah, you can probably get this one.
Okay.
But but you don't quite see the other one, but you definitely hear the clicking of feet.
Yeah.
Whoa, excuse me.
What was that the sound they make?
Yeah, that is the exact sound they make. It does not hit. It's kind of burrowed down, or does it hit? No, it does not. These things have a high armor class.
Oh, bad either
Yeah,
like that
so
big
it's
one,
18?
you guys had an armor class of 20, and somehow you're able to hit it pretty much every time. But the firebolt goes over, but you can start running.
Okay.
Thel is the only person with the map to know which way to run. So
Yeah, true.
But I'll say at this point, it is going. If you guys are going to start running, this little one is going to get an attack of opportunity on you. That would be you, Carrick again. So that's a 17 plus
How
3.
I'm gonna
How many-
use my shield this time.
17
And
plus
how-
5. So you're going to shield.
Yeah.
how many times do I get to use the
Every reaction you can use it, I think.
cool?
So that would still bypass because I think shield would bring. No, you have 17. That would bring you exactly to 22, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Okay, so it deflects off the magical shield barrier that you do, so no damage taken, but you guys can start running. Shout out directions.
2 north. 2 east. East.
Oh, I might have missed one. You're supposed to be here. Wait.
There was some point you
north.
said, right? Just didn't
Unless I'm off where we
No,
were.
you said you should be on. Shit, where are we? You should be on the. Help me. Down, right, up to left. 1. Yeah, there's the missing one. I would say right now you are on. I'm just going to get you guys up to a place that I know for sure is correct. The left 5 is what you're on. At this point, though, you guys are kind of keeping pace, but the second horde is kind of like just behind you guys. So on this movement, probably there's going to be 3 taking attacks of opportunity, or we'll say there's 4. Everyone's going to take an attack of opportunity if you guys keep running, or are you going to stop and fight?
I don't know whose turn it is, but at this point, probably should stop.
If it was just like one chasing us, we could maybe keep going. But if it was this many,
Yeah.
I think we'd turn around and front them.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for the sake, as you turn around, they caught up to you last turn, so one of them is going to take an attack on the back. It misses anyways, so let's go ahead and go down the line. If you're going to stop and attack.
Do I keep the same rage or?
No, your
No,
rage
that-
has dropped at this point.
Yeah.
You've been running for about another 15 minutes.
Yep. Who's
I would assume the back starts attacking first, right? And I would go last, or do we just go with the marching order?
Yeah, we'll go in the reverse this time. So Carrick, you're up first. Or no, Christopher, did you stay? You went back to the back again?
Yeah, I think I'll always keep the rear guard. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make an attack against the first one.
Yeah.
Are you gonna rage again?
Not yet. No, these guys are annoying, but
Okay, go ahead and attack. It's dead. The one closest to you is dead. The second one also dead. Then it's to you, Carrick.
How many do I see?
3.
I see 3. I'm gonna use burning hands in their general direction.
Okay.
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Yep. One of them saves.
One of them saves, so they're gonna take half.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm casting it as a level 2, by the way. So 17
Plus 5.
What is the 5?
That's the roll for the higher level cast.
Oh shit. So it's it's because I rolled really well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so
you
then
rolled 6, 6, 5, 5. Jesus.
Yeah. So that's 22, but then one of them takes 11.
Yeah, they all expire. And for the first time in a while, you kind of hear some silence. Not that that means anything, but you don't hear exorbitant amounts of clicking. Oh my lorsh. Oh my lorsh. Okay. Right here. Yeah. You are on the left 5 one of your directions.
Okay, 10 squares to the west.
1 second. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I think we just went through a wall we weren't supposed to.
No, that wall you were supposed to. That was another invisible wall. Or false wall.
Oh, okay. Hey, big boy.
However,
Oh shit.
you come across this, and this monster with giant pincers and mandibles turns, looks at you, starts to charge, and runs into an invisible wall. So, and it's kind of like scraping at it, and you see it's about to it starts digging into the ground and maybe start tunneling.
All right. 4 to the south.
Let's see if it makes it. Nope. Which way?
8 to the west. I'm feeling we might find him here in a second anyway. 4 to the north.
Second.
2 to the east. 2 to the south. 2 to the east. And then 4 to the north.
You are out of the maze. That guy rolled 3 natural ones. No, 2 natural ones and a natural 20 to try to burrow and chase after you. It couldn't find you after you duped it around the wall. It lost sight of you as it was underground. And you guys exit the maze, and much like the place that you had been before, or coming down, you're now in another tunnel that's slightly angled up. 1 second. In the exit, though, that you just walked through, there are 2 bright silver torches burning, leading to a lit tunnel, much like the one you descended through, extending forward about a half mile. And as you get to the end of the passage, a large set of iron double doors decorated with the crest of Gordon Bahamut stand in front of you.
You made it.
You made it.
Fuck those bugs.
Do you enter the room or open the doors?
Let's
Yes.
just go back. Let's just turn around.
Yeah.
You guys open the doors, and you enter into just kind of like an antechamber, like a foyer of a building. It's still the same kind of 12-foot walls here, there's an engraved metal plaque that hangs on the far wall, flanked by a door on the left and a door on the right. As you walk in, the door's closed behind you, and quickly looking back through the door you entered, you see not a door, but the actual exit out into the now midday wintry snow tundra that you first entered the maze through.
Good thing we picked up the rod. We aren't going back that way.
I thought about that. I'm like, oh, if he leaves this here, it's gone. Because, yeah. Is there anything you guys want to do? I mean, I know it's about done time, but kind of like almost at a very good stopping point. So, but it depends on what you guys do here.
Yeah. Kind of. I don't know. Is it foggy still, or we're no longer
No, the
have fog?
is now gone. It's like at the moment that you went down this hallway with the like blue, platinum, silvery torches, the fog lifted, and as you sprinted down, no creature entered into this hallway after you either. So, yeah, so you're just kind of in a square, nondescript room. It has maybe some like armor, like suits of armor and like different things that may have been made in what you expect now to be whatever forge you've been looking for. But really the only thing of any real interest is a plaque hanging on the wall and the two doors. And I'd imagine are we keeping the same marching order?
Yeah, let's go check out the plaque, I guess.
Okay. You walk up to the plaque, and it is not. Does anyone speak Celestial?
I guess not. I thought I might.
Nope, I don't think anyone's. It's one of like 2 languages you guys don't speak between all of you. So actually the only person that's able to read this as you approach is Fel, as kind of the symbol of Bahamut that you have kind of flashes, and like kind of before your eyes the plaque like makes sense, and it reads, pick the blooms, gather your materials, prove your worth to the guardians, feed the forge, and inscribe your strength.
We have mushrooms.
And after reading the plaque on the wall, bisecting you 4 as you guys are standing there is a wall of crackling force that splits you up to where on the left is Fel and Felix, or Fel and Felix, and on the right is Christopher and Carrick.
Man.
You have been split up and each have a door in front of you. And I think that's probably where we'll stop. You made it to the forge.
That's fun.
Literally months, if not over a year and a half to get here. But good job, people. Sorry my map was broken at the end.
It's also possible I picked up at the wrong spot.
No,
so
I reread it. I there is one misstep. And the problem with one misstep in something like this is then everything after it is completely fucked.
Yep.
Can you tell me what game this map comes, or the directions on the map come from? I just steal all my ideas.
You told us already, but
yeah, the notation is tunic, where you have to press things in certain directions, and when it has a hash mark on it, it means press it twice. So
very cool. Yeah, it was fun.
But good job. I thought you guys were gonna fight the salamander.
I'm glad we didn't.
I'm very
Yeah.
glad you didn't. After